We're all connected in this love. Hello everybody on Twitch, welcome back to Prism Break 23. My name is Carnival. I am joined here by my co-commentator Frostix.
Hey, we were on last week, now we're on again. Round 1 of group stage will be Frog Detective Crime Solving Company versus Double Leader Drop Left. Are they trying to tell us something?
I wonder.
This feels like a sleeper agent activation phrase.
And as we are going into this first, it's going to be best of 3. As per usual, our first map mode on the list is going to be Hagglefish Market Splat Zones.
Oh man, the flat map filled with 2 extra flank lanes for your front lines. If Double Leader Drop Left actually commits, I've read into teams that have that have fully committed to their weapon names. One of them had 4 dualies. Let's see if Double Leader Drop Left does actually commit. That's 2 Splatlings on the side of Frog Detective Company. That's no E-Litters from Double Leader Drop Left.
2 Splatlings in this situation could be very, very good for Frog Detective, especially because they are running a vanilla Nautilus on their team, which is notably a quite aggressive midliner if you play it correctly. We can see that Carbon just absolutely sharking over there. 2-3 down, my apologies, on the side of Frog Detective. Double Leader Drop Left does take the first cap and begins to move forward. We can see hee hee ha ha on a slosher there. We saw that last week.
Oh no way! The Dread Ringer champ is back to wreak more havoc here. They're making sure that zone remains purple for all of Double Leader Drop Left. They're just camping under the tent. I think we saw that last week as well, Carney. Lafiche is out here. Oh, we already know that Lafiche is really good at getting a bunch of crabs up for, I think, for whoever they were on last time. And it's looking like they're doing the same for Double Leader Drop Left. Frog Detective Crime Solving Co. is not able to break out of spawn. Looking like the 52 is going to go down here. The Carbon is at their steps, and looking like Frog Detective has now capped zone.
The Carbon just being an absolute menace, as Carbon said to do. We see hee hee ha ha with the Reef Slider kill there, as they are wont to do. Frog Detective does go 3 down in that moment. They are still unable to get anywhere past spawn. Double Leader Drop Left, just showing what an absolute menace their frontline weapons can be. As that Carbon just got 1, going for another, not really able to get it quite yet, but still being quite the menace underneath their steps. And oh my goodness, I don't think Frog Detective just has the step forward here that they need until now. Double Leader Drop Left does go 2 down, with Frog Detective pushing forward with that Reef Slider into zone. And it is just an absolute bloodbath here. But Double Leader Drop Left does have control of the zone once again, and a wipeout into a knockout. Ooh.
Yeah, even if Frog Detective pulled out a shark in hopes to cap zones as soon as Double Leader Drop Left's penalty timer came to a close, Double Leader Drop Left just kind of went shark for shark, pulled out the slider of their own, made sure that it can cancel it out here. A really good special movement coming out from Double Leader Drop Left.
And we can see on the replay that Carbon just being an absolute menace on those flanks. Like you said, last week the Carbon had those devious flicks. That's been like living in my head rent-free ever since you said that.
I do also want to say, if I'm pretty sure the splash on the side of Double Leader Drop Left pulled out a crab as soon as that fight started. I'm unsure if that is insane amounts of probably special charge up on their fit.
I want to see how much. I want to see how much special charge up they have.
Are we running 3 pures in this economy?
You know what, in this economy, if you can get a crab up that fast, you've basically just had, a pretty decent first battle won. But we are not going to be talking about that anymore. We are moving on. The past is in the past. It is time for everybody's favorite checkpoint gunfight, Undertow Spillway Rainmaker.
Oh, will we get another instance of no one leaves mid, or because we've seen last week we've seen literally our first set on last week. No one moved out of mid on the first push. They were just that strong. No control was just absolutely switching between both sides, and well, after that we kind of saw a little bit more pressure coming from other teams. I don't know what I'm saying, but if anything, we can immediately go into the next match, seeing if we're gonna have any comp switch ups here.
Doesn't look like it. Seems like either side is sticking with what they ran the last game, which honestly could be good for Frog Detective Crime Solving Co. there, especially as they have that double splatling. They are going to have a little bit more advantage in popping the Rainmaker bubble, which we just saw. The first Rainmaker pop does go to Frog Detective. And like you said, I have no idea if this is just going to be a stalemate in mid for as long as possible. With that Reef Slider Crab combo though, unfortunately Double Leader drop left does go down. They pick up the Rainmaker, but not quite in an advantage state. But I said it once, I've said it before, some people are Rainmaker mains, and Lefiche is just going absolutely nuts, brute forcing that left checkpoint as hard as possible.
Yeah, Lefiche is really good at just delivering the cover fire here. We've seen them with Splash making sure that zone can be covered here. Lefiche is in a dire situation, running from Zuka shots, running from Fern's Crab Tank. Oh, not Fern's Crab Tank, but the Crab Tank on the side of Frog Detective Co. Here, Fern is already posted up in mid, deploying the Ink Storm in order to cover more space out of mid. They need to just get some really key picks here, and it looks like they already get Hee as they get Slider. Miko's already gone down on the side of Frog Co. And that's 3 down for Frog Detective Crime Solving Co. Dilix here and Lefiche are already posted in. The Carbon Shieni is just going into their spawn as usual. They're really close to the right side checkpoint here. But of course, do you really want to go to the left side checkpoint here?
Come on, this is Undertow Spillway. Everybody wants to go to the left side checkpoint, and they do! Oh my goodness! Unfortunately, though, Double Leader drop left did get wiped out there. Frog Detective Crime Solving Co. does have sodas up. They have the Rainmaker in their grasp, and they are at the advantage with those sodas. They are going to be going fast and respawning just as fast. 1 down on Double Leader drop left with that Carbon out of the way. They do have a pretty good grasp, and they have a pretty clear shot on that right checkpoint. But like I said earlier, nobody wants to go right checkpoint on Undertow Spillway. They are going left, whether Double Leader drop left likes it or not, and unfortunately they do lose the Rainmaker right before they hit that checkpoint, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, he over here is going to just clear the rest of the way, accompanied by Hee-Hee-Ha. They're in a 1v2 against Vessel, but Vessel appears to be making it out of blue team spawn and towards mid to the safety of the rest of Frog Detective. Shieni's popping out the Trizuka, potentially going to get any targets. That was 2 shots, and I think the third came out with no targets here. Silex is dodging shots from Lost. Azuka is coming out from Frog Detective Crime Solving Co., making sure they can probably get some picks onto Bubble. Someone was trying to push up. That's looking like it was was that a Dread Ringer? Yeah, there's a Dread Ringer on Frog Detective as well here. Hee-Hee-Ha has the Slider ready to rip. They have the Nautilus inside. Fern has gone down, and the Bubble has been popped. I'm not sure who has popped it since we have immediately popped back to Vessel. But a team has also deployed Soda. I think that was Frog Detective Crime Solving Co. Lefiche and Silex are just holding down mid, making sure that Frog Detective can get no space. And Lefiche is on that spot that they love to sit with Crab here. It's looking like the Dreadrigger has already got down. Lost has a really good angle. They're having the advantage here, but you're gonna pop the Soda. No one's moving in so far. I may have lied though here. I think the Carbon's already gone down here. The shots are just coming in. Everyone is under fire. The Reef Slider's gone out. He has gone down. The rest of Frog Detective making sure that they are on a higher vantage point. That way they can't catch any strays, providing a stellar defense.
That was some very incredible Splatling gameplay there. Shieni with the Carbon coming from the behind there. Oh my goodness, taking care of Lost with, oh my goodness, just a minute to spare. And it seems like Double Leader drop left and Frog Detective Crime Solving Co. are both 2 down. They are close to Double Leader drop left side checkpoint. Frog Detective Crime Solving Co. doing their best to try try and clear the board. Miko not finding any purchase with that Reef Slider, unfortunately. Lefiche over here trying to paint up for the Crab, lost with the sodas already out, popping that Rainmaker, and unfortunately, ha does go down to that Splatling, which is unfortunate. But now Frog Detective Crime Solving Co. does have the Rainmaker, but not for long with the nasty Carbon Steamroller there. Oh my goodness.
The Carbon simply just decided to walk in and cause havoc here. Vessel's gonna pop in with the Killer Whale. The rest of Frog Detective is dispersed. Miko deploying the slider in the nick of time. Vessel gonna take out Hee-Hee-Ha as well as the nick of time. Lefiche already has the Crab ready to rip here. They have Vessel in their sights. Vessel going down here. Miko is probably the last one with the Rainmaker, and as overtime ticked down, they had no chance left to stop. Double leader drop left here.
And with that, I believe that double leader drop left does end up taking the set here and moving forward up into more winners bracket to come. And Frog Detective Crime Solving Co. will unfortunately be going down to the losers bracket, but they still have a chance to make it big for bracket reset. That's right, it is double elim on this bad boy tonight, like it usually is.
Oh, it's double elim? Oh yeah, wait. Well, of course it's double elim. What am I thinking? I was thinking
this is Prism Break.
I was thinking it's like, oh, we're gonna see more of them. Sick, but it's not.
You know what? This is double elim. This is Prism Break. We do this every week, but you know what? It's okay. It happens.
If anything,
but with that,
sorry, you can look forward to seeing. Go ahead. Okay, you can look forward to seeing double leader drop left in the next bracket to face off Rebound here.
And with that, we will take a short and little tiny bitty baby break while we get our next team set up. Everybody take a little sip of water if that's what you're into. Have a little snack maybe if you're close by, but don't go away. We are going to be right back.
thinking me, me, you. I'm thinking me, me, you. I'm thinking me, you. I'm thinking me, you. We are walking together. I will see you in the end. I'll take you where you've never been and bring you back again. Listen to me with your eyes. I'm watching you from in the sky. If you forget how right away, I'm asking you to let me stay. Lead me in your magic slot and keep it on in perfect night. I need you here to keep me strong, to live my life and sing along. I'm waiting with you right away. Lock your expensive boys and set you found me here inside the dream. Put through the fire straight to me.
drop it.
We're back with round 2. Hope you enjoyed the Miku. Anyways, round 2 consists of versus Wave Breaker, and holy, is that a seal with legs and a propeller hat? Oh, that I love. I'm sorry, I'm a big seal person.
It says the guy with the Sphere icon.
Okay, yeah.
No, that is probably the best icon I've seen this tournament so far. But we are going into quarterfinals, if I saw that correctly.
Yeah, that's quarterfinals that I saw earlier.
Quarterfinals, best of 3, la 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 la, versus Wavebreaker. We are first going on to Barn, Dime, Splat Zones, followed by Humpback, Pump Track, Rainmaker, and if we make it, Hagglefish Tower.
Oh, these first 2 matches are going to be absolute carnage here. Barnacle and Dime is such a team fight focused map, especially since it's on Splat Zones here. So much fights occurring around the mid area, because I kind of would feel like, specifically within Splat Zones on Barnacle and Dime, mid is just the map. You go in, you fight, and if you don't win, you either respawn or you retreat into the side lanes and hope you can stay alive.
Absolutely. It's rough out here for Barnacle Dime enjoyers.
No more time for analysis, though, as we have to begin our game here.
And as we are going in... Ooh.
Wiper spotted! Wiper spotted!
Wiper spotted! Pretty standard comp, though, with that pencil. And we can see, like you said, the Wiper, the Splat Dualies on the side of La La La. We've got Wavebreaker coming in with that Carbon, a custom blaster. A little bit of a strange pick with that custom blaster, but it might prove to be helpful, as Wavebreaker does end up taking the first zone cap of the game. We see Rappa going in and doing a very good job of clearing off both those stacks. Unfortunately, Wavebreaker does end up going 2 down with La 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 going forward, trying their best to get that zone painted, but to no avail. Katamari on the pencil doing their best to hold down their ground, but just as I say that, it seems like we have a fight in mid. 3 down on Wavebreaker's side with La 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 taking the second cap of the game and giving Wavebreaker a hefty 33 tick penalty.
Yeah, that was a very strong initial push from Wavebreaker, going in, just barely making it to the 50 threshold here with 33 penalty points now. Looking like La 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 here is going to pop in with a Rhea Bomb, potentially going to halt Wavebreaker's push. No special so far aside from Rappa's big bubbler here. The rest of Wavebreaker is situated on their stack, making sure they can flush out the Wiper that is pop stamped. It's up to Katamari and Yubi to make sure that Wavebreaker can cap zone no longer, as they've already passed them. They've gone past the 50 threshold and are at 33 and counting. The Wiper has the stamp ready to rip. They're dodging Zuka shots coming in from Drag by the looks of things, and Katamari already almost has another soda as another cooler ready to rip here, while the rest of La 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 is already up on Wavebreaker's spawn here. Yubi's gonna go down, the Wiper's gonna go down, Katamari has popped the soda, but is anyone there? I Hate BIS is here, they have the cramp tank, and they have the schmovement, and they could get this even more down, and a KO with a KO. La 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 la. We'll take game 1.
What an incredible first game from La 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 here with oh my goodness, with Katamari on that pencil just doing an excellent job as an anchor, holding down the fort for their teammates to go in. We can see here they were pushed back a little bit just for the beginning, but as soon as that fight broke out in mid and La 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 was able to break through with that triple down on Wavebreaker, they grabbed control of the zone and they held it until the last breath. Some incredible plays from both sides. We're just doing very good that first match, honestly.
Yeah, Wavebreaker did have like a very strong early presence in the match, going up to 57, but then immediately looking like La 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 had the methods and a lot of strategies capable in order to just flip back that zone and just take it back without any more pushbacks here. We're going into game number 2. This is Humpback, Pump Track, Rainmaker. Oh, I can already imagine the Bloodfest and Spawn. It's going to be hectic with both checkpoints happening within basically the team's spawn points. They need to be tricky here, making sure that they can manage their space effectively. You do not want to get backed into a corner on Humpback Pump Track.
Listen, if y'all thought Undertow Spillway Rainmaker was checkpoint bad, get ready for Humpback Pump Track checkpoints, because it is rough out there, with the most optimal and most used checkpoint on Humpback Pump Track being directly in the opposite team's hallway. It is just going to be an absolute death fest in those corridors unless some miracle occurs.
Judging off of last comps here, we're seeing, I think we saw blasters on the side of both teams. One team, Newbie, had the S-Blast, the other team, someone else on Wavebreaker had custom blaster here. Wavebreak, a blasters on Humpback is pretty interesting, especially since there's a lot of just dips within the map. Could be good for sneaking around just corners and stuff, making sure that you can get some picks without even being fired against.
Listen, on Humpback Pump Track, it's a blasters world, and we're all just living in it. Blasters, buckets, anything with an arc shot that could potentially catch you off guard. You gotta be careful out there. Like you said, those blasters are probably gonna be using that terrain to their advantage, but like you said previously, no more time for analysis. We are going right into the match. Let's see if those comps has changed at all. I'm seeing a range blaster come out instead of the S-Blast, and it looks like Wavebreaker has kept their comp the same.
Exactly here. If any broke, they had a really strong push earlier on here. Looking like the bubble has already been popped in favor of La 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 La. There's 2 people in mid on the side of Wavebreaker, now 3 with Rappa in tow. Drag is already pushing in, but immediately pushed back by the looks of Mubi and Jay with the Wiper. I Hate Biss has already popped up a crab, trying to shoot down Drag. Drag is going to move away just in time here. No one has picked up the Rainmaker, but it's already looking like they're needing to find picks. I Hate BIS is the first one to go down. Drag is under fire by the rest of Wavebreaker. Wavebreaker has a very solid establishment in mid here, looking like the Charger's gone down for Wavebreaker, and Drag as well as Rappa are pushing in. The Zuka has been popped by Drag, but the Rainmaker's gone down here. Watch your backline, Carvins. It's looking like the person on flank has gone down. Yubi and someone else on La 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 is holding down the checkpoint for the team in green. No one's picked up the Rainmaker yet. It's a very hard stalemate, and Yubi's gonna pop the Kraken here, potentially to displace anyone. Do they notice Horsch? They don't notice Horsch! Oh, they do notice Horsch! Just in the nick of time as they potentially cancel out La La La's crab tank.
Like you said, that Kraken was doing a very good job of holding that space up in mid, easily able to, who would win, a horse or a Kraken, and it looked like the Kraken ended up taking that fight and moving forward with it. Katamari now has the Rainmaker. They were able to dodge not 1, not 2, but 3 whole strikes from that Trizuka and break through the checkpoint. Wavebreaker is now down the lead. Horsch over here trying to find picks with that crab tank, unfortunately taking up space in that hallway. Now comes the bloodbath. The La 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 has to take it all the way to the goal, and they do barely manage to get it all the way up into the area of Wavebreaker, setting it at 28 points. And now Wavebreaker does have the advantage because the Rainmaker is in such a very hard spot to reach, and Drag takes that opportunity and runs with it. They go 1, they get all the way over to the checkpoint, trying their best, and nobody else sees them!
Yeah, Drag is just making a mad dash here. No one is noticing it, but it's looking like the rest of La 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 is now closing in on Drag's location. I'm spotting Jay here. It's under fire from torpedoes, from splat bombs. They're forced off the stage. That is an unfortunate Rainmaker reset for La La La. Horsch is sitting within the depths of the map here, trying to get some potential stray picks, of course, with an indirect blaster shot. They have Mubi in range. Mubi's gone down here. I think they have Katamari next. I Hate BS is returning to spawn, and now looking like Wavebreaker has the facilities. I Hate Biss is already firing with the crab tank, but Horsch trying to potentially stop it with the splashdown. Mubi is moving onto Wavebreaker's territory with the Kraken already displacing them, and I Hate Biss is going to pop the bubble and take the Rainmaker for La 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 La.
They are taking that Rainmaker the long way around. Drag over here. a long way. Drag is taking that Zuka and trying their best to get any sort of pick that they can. Up in mid over here, taking space. That Rainmaker does unfortunately go down. La 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 with Mubi over here with the range, protecting the Rainmaker, but unfortunately it gets swiped right from underneath their noses. Rappa over here with the splash bombs going down, trying their best, and they do end up getting a pick. La 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 going 2 down here, and that Rainmaker is just in a very, very bad spot right now.
Yeah, it's a very upward battle for Wavebreaker. It's 60-28 here. La 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 managed to get the Rainmaker so close to the final pedestal within their push, and now really they're just playing a lot of really good defense here, making sure they can get a lot of good picks here. Horsch has gone down, and Drag and Rappa are already in mid. Mubi is flanking by the looks of things. No one's noticing them. I think they were trying to get a pick onto Johan by the looks of things. And now Mubi's in an ideal position if you are a CRB like Mubi here. They're gonna get flushed out by these splat bombs. And Jay is going to start hammering down mid. It's 40 seconds left. I think that was 3 down on both teams when that was happening. And now it's a 1v3. Someone has gone down. It's looking like that was Drag. Horsch is going to go down next to I Hate This, and Katamari is just making sure that the zone is painted green. That way, the rest of La 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 has the facilities needed to hold this defense on. Mid is mostly theirs, and as 20 seconds remain on the clock here, they just need to play this smart.
They need to play it smart, and they need to keep that Rainmaker out of their spawn. Katamari is not in a good place, and they recognize that and do immediately jump out. But it seems like Wavebreaker has the Rainmaker. They are going to be going forward, trying their best to run down that overtime timer, so that way they're able to get the Rainmaker to the spawn point. But that Kraken directly behind him, Johan here on the Rainmaker, doing a very good job of not getting killed, which is the important part of overtime. We're about halfway done with overtime here, and La 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 is doing a very good job of keeping their defense up. That Stamp unfortunately does end up going down, but the Crab in that hallway doing a very good job of keeping that hallway protected. Katamari on the pencil, keeping the area painted, and it looks like overtime is just about over. Johan running away yet again from all of the forces in the world, but it seems like time might be up. They have a picture! They got a picture! Oh! At the very last second, Wavebreaker snatches the lead from La 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 with a total of 27 points, 1 point ahead of, oh my goodness, it was just absolutely nuts there. The last possible second before they exploded.
That was down to the wire, Carney. They were under fire. Like the rest of Wavebreaker was under fire from so much special. They were under fire from Zuka shots, from the Crab, from I Hate This, and Johan was just stuck in an unfortunate choke. But within the last couple seconds of overtime, they finally found an opportunity needed, and the splashdown covered by Horsch just gave them enough space needed to make it past the 26 checkpoint set by La 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 La. They are pushing a game 3.
They are indeed pushing a game 3 on this quarterfinals. Just like you said, incredible gameplay from Wavebreaker, really showing the other team what they are made of, and that
Drag.
Oh, poor
Oopsie.
Drag. Sometimes you're a carbon roller with a Rainmaker and you fall off the map. It happens to the best of us, honestly. But like I said, Wavebreaker really showing the other team what they were made of, not letting them get that quarterfinal win from them that easily. We are going to game 3. It is going to be Hagglefish Market Tower Control right now, as soon as these teams are ready. And whoever wins this will be going forward no matter what.
Exactly here. You do not want to get sent to losers bracket right now here. Hagglefish Market Tower is a map that is pure. Like, as soon as you get within enemy territory on Hagglefish Tower, it's just going to be a hard time moving forward. It's kind of similar to Humpback Pump Track when you think about it here. Can we see any comp change coming in from both teams? Looking like Wavebreaker, La 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 is going to run a similar comp here. And Wavebreaker is going to switch back to... Oh, yeah, no, no one switched. Everything is normal.
No one switched. Everybody's got the same comps as last game. As we are pushing forward, like you said, tower control on Hagglefish Market is a bit of a struggle on that first checkpoint as you are going directly underneath the canopy of the opposing team. But I am honestly hoping that we might see a little bit of strategy here, and we do in fact. Rappa with the bubble on the tower, a tried and true way of getting to checkpoint 1 without that canopy being overtaken. They're throwing bombs into the canopy. They're already past checkpoint 1. Wavebreaker making a very explosive first push here, and Drag is coming for Katamari and gets wrecked with the Trizuka. Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
And if anything, Wavebreaker is still far pushed up here. They're under threat from multiple specials, but I think they're holding their ground relatively fine. They still have control of mid, and even if they lose tower now, and as the push is now coming to an end here, maybe I'm cursing them as a commentator, as Jay and the rest of La 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 is flushing the rest of Wavebreaker out here. That was a jump here, and now mid and their upper end, the area close to their spawn, is now all for them to control here. The front line's looking to have a potential duel. I think Jay saw Drag within the flank zones. I think Drag has already gone down. I Hate Bis has popped the crab here. That's also a very solid way of taking tower and also taking checkpoint. Johan is gonna fire some strikes, potentially gonna drag the rest of La 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 out, but they stand ground. They stand on business, and I Hate Bis here is just dodging the splat bombs here. No, I think they just accepted their fate here as Rafa and Johan are providing a stellar defense. That's a Kraken on tower next by Mubi here, making sure the tower can still remain on Wavebreaker's side of the map here. They're just already pushing right back. That's 3 members of La 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 already in. Yubi, I Hate Bis, that's 2 down on Wavebreaker, and they still have tower. They're standing on business. They're holding their ground here, making sure it's a 1-point differential.
1-point differential indeed, and with Wavebreaker going 3 down in those last couple of seconds, La 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 has the potential to take the lead, and they do end up taking just a short lead. Both teams going 3 down in such a short time. It is now the Carbon versus the Kraken, and the Kraken takes the tower, pushes it just a little bit forward. Mubi is in a very bad spot there. They need to get out or die, and they do end up dying, unfortunately. Drag on the Carbon here, providing a safe area for their team to go back in with that Trizuka. And Wavebreaker begins the counter push as they are going forward. Like I was saying earlier, these two teams are very evenly matched. They are doing a very good job up against each other. And both of these teams are fighting at their 100% because nobody wants to be sent to loser's bracket this early.
Exactly right now here. Katamari is kind of in a tricky situation as well as the rest of La La La, as the rest of Wavebreaker is starting to push up towards their spawn here. Horsch and Jay are already in. They're throwing strikes in. Johan and Drag are on tower, and Drag has just been escorted into the bats now. Watch out for the Carbon as Wavebreaker takes the lead. Jay is throwing the hammer. It immediately gets cancelled out by Horsch. That's a devious shot by Johan, taking out Katamari here. That's a backline for backline trade here. Drag's gonna take down Yubi as well. Drag is already gonna push more forward in. They have Jay on their sights, and they go down. It's 13-46. That's a very strong counter push by Wavebreaker here. Horsch, it was still there, but they go down by the looks of probably, I think, Mubi. That's a blaster trade. Oh.
Drag, if you guys did not catch that, Drag just killed 3 of the members of the opposing team during that last push. Katamari is now going to be on the tower with the classic pencil on tower maneuver. We see Horsch's perspective now going forward with that blaster onto bats, doing their best to protect the rest of Wavebreaker from the opposing team. And
we got some teleportation going on.
Oh no! Oh! We had a disconnect! Unfortunately, we are too far into the match to stop now, and La 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 is at a disadvantage permanently, unfortunately. Wavebreaker does go 3 down, making it a more even play, and unfortunately, Wavebreaker is still at or not Wavebreaker, my apologies. La 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 is at checkpoint 2, but unfortunately they end up losing that fight and having to go all the way back to spawn. Wavebreaker now taking mid in these last 10 seconds. All they have to do is hold the tower, and it seems like this is just going to be an absolute piece of cake for them. The tower's not even back in neutral yet, and just like that, Wavebreaker does end up taking that second game under their belt with the reverse sweep due to a very unfortunate disconnect by La 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 La's wiper. You hate to see it.
Yeah, especially in a situation in which that you need to come back from a lead that was set by Wavebreaker. Losing your frontliner, losing a wiper like that is unfortunately, it's really unfortunate. $20 a year, guys, am I right? Anyways, Wavebreaker taking in the set as a whole with a reverse sweep. Like you said earlier, Carney, they're going to move forward in the bracket here to face Buckets in semis. They've made it to semis.
They have indeed made it to semis, and speaking of, we are going to be right back for semis. It's gonna be really quick though, not like last time. I pinky promise you guys. I know you can't see it. I'm holding up both of my pinkies. I double pinky promise.
I think it is set, so we'll be right back, and we'll be back sooner rather than later.
Hello guys, welcome back. It's semis. We're here. It is best of 5. We have Maple Syrup Munchers versus probably, like I said last time, the best icon I've seen all tournament. No. Look at this fucking sorry. Look at this crocodile. Look at this crocodile Duncan behind an explosion with Rebound's profile picture here. Just incredible.
Yeah, this croc is ballin' here. It's semis now. It's semis now, and we've reached best of 5. The sets are longer, the games are hotter, and the first map mode of the sets will be Mahi Zones, the water level will drop gimmick map. Why? That sounded so generic here. The Zones map of all time.
I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one, bestie.
Yeah. Out of all of the zone maps, it's one of them. It's just one of them.
Out of all of the zones maps, it is a zone map. I personally am fond of it. This might be an unpopular opinion, but I actually like Mahi Mahi before the water level drops.
Oh, really? Really?
Like, genuinely.
Playing in tricky situations may just be your cup of tea here. Oh, you want to show the teams? Splatoon online.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Any second now, any second now. Oh. Well, that's a little unfortunate. That's a little bit unfortunate as well here. Perhaps it gives us a little bit more time to give some analysis regarding Mahi Zones here. Of course, we said earlier that of course the water level shall drop at a certain point in time during the match here. And of course, while the water level is still up, the territory is a lot more chopped here. You run the risk of just being backed into a corner being locked out of just approaching zone here, especially considering since zone is just so small on Mahi zones.
It is quite small on Mahi zones. Not as small as some other maps, but it is pretty decently small. And while we are waiting for these communication errors to be fixed, like you said, Mahi Mahi, it's a fun.
Oh, no.
Oh, there's Jay.
Oh, we're getting flashbacks of the first disconnect of this Prism break here. We're going 2 for 2 on disconnects. Here's some live disconnect replays here. First Jay and now what appeared to be our streamer, maybe? Sorry, Dorian.
It could have been anyone, honestly.
It could have been anyone. Oh,
it was the whole room. It was the whole room. It's our favorite Splatoon competitive team, connection error versus Maple Syrup Munchers and Rebound.
Let's turn into a PvE real quick here. Something. Anyway.
So like you said, Mahi Mahi Resort is going to be our first map of this set here. It is going to be best of 5. Our teams have to get to 3 wins in order to move forward. Museum de Alfonsino Rainmaker is going to be making its triumphant return this week after Splat Zones is played. Moving on from that, we've got Scorch Gorge Clamblitz, which is some people's favorite Clamblitz map.
We're seeing another triumphant return in Game 4. That's Umami Tower here.
Tower!
That's Umami Tower, and the last game in our Zone Sandwich will be played on Ship Shape on Zones.
It's a little bit of a Zone Sandwich. You love it. You know, yeah. Umami Tower, I feel like, was not a very popular pick this week.
And yet, here it remains. That's going to be a really interesting play, assuming we make it to Game 4.
Yeah, I'm very, very, very excited. I don't like playing on Umami Ruins Tower Control. I personally am not a fan of playing on it, but I love commentating for it because there are just... It's either like a very, very, very fighty match, or it's just done. No in between.
Speaking of match here, we're gonna go into Game 1 for real this time, and no team-wide disconnect here.
Was that a squeezer?
That is a squeezer. The champagne is now popping from the Canadian Goats Maple Syrup Munchers here. Rep the country. I'm from Toronto, of course. I gotta do what I have gotta do. We're seeing a Dynamo coming out from Rebound here. And it's looking like 2 have already gone down for Rebound as Maple Syrup Munchers will claim the first zone here. We see Kai already pushing up with the squeezer here. They have Scribus in their sights. They have Kaisa in their sights as well here. They're just dodging Splat Bombs, making sure they can get a lot of control here. Quinn has popped the crab tank here. 2 people have already gone down on Maple Syrup Munchers as well. That's the bucket and the squeezer. And the rest of Rebound is looking to move in to get some control to make sure Maple Syrup Munchers cannot get past 65 here. They still stand their ground here. Ivy with the crab tank clapping back against whatever Rebound throws at them. And it's looking like the water level is now going to drop at any moment's notice. I think it's already dropped now.
It has, in fact.
It did.
You just missed it.
Damn.
You just missed it, unfortunately. The water did just drop, but we are not here for that. We are here for Maple Syrup Munchers, still keeping a death grip on that zone with their immense paint control from all those weapons that they have. Ivy popping the crab, easily able to take out Scribus on their bats, doing their best, and they take out Rock Pikmin as well. That is a double from the crab tank, and Maple Syrup Munchers wipes out Rebound, and it's going to be a 100-0 push on the first game.
Oh my Canadian Goats! You just love to see a clean sweep, even if it looked faulty in the middle of the match for a moment. Even if they lost control here, I think Ivy just with the crab provided a lot of background, a lot of cover fire to make sure the paint can remain green for Maple Syrup Munchers, and now they're just ore farming at this point. They are serene.
They had a very, very good comp for a Splat Zones map. A lot of very good painting weapons with Bed Muncher. I think that was their name. Bed Shoot. My apologies.
Yeah,
Bed Shoot on the pencil. up in not where you would expect a pencil to be. They were down in the trenches of the zone, keeping it painted, and that really helped Maple Syrup Munchers that entire match. You can see here on that replay, there is Bedshoot with the pencil doing their best to keep the zone painted, and they do keep it painted all right. That was just an incredible one-hit knockout game from Maple Syrup Munchers, but we are not done yet. We are going into Museum de Alfonsino Rainmaker, like I said, making its triumphant return this week, and we will see which of these two teams does have the advantage here on this first couple of minutes of this match.
The first couple of minutes will always just be a mess, especially since the Rainmaker will be on the center spinner. There's a lot of verticality. It's looking like we have a comp switch up for Maple Syrup Munchers. If anything, that's a 96 deco and a V shot from Ivy. Meanwhile, Rebound has no comp switch up. I think they just need to stay confident and just start dialing in on Maple Syrup Munchers. Kai is already just up shooting at Rebound spawn. Kai's gonna be the first pick of the match, but it's looking like they just drew the attention of Rebound as Maple Syrup Munchers will be the one to pop the bubble. Quinn is just taking control of mid. They've popped the crab here. Ivy's popped Bazooka to take care of Quinn, but it's looking like the Decapitator is taking care of the shot. But Maple Syrup Munchers is going to be the one to pick up the Rainmaker. They make it to 64, jumping off the spinner and making it just close to the pedestal, going down to Rebound. And now it's Rebound's turn to start pushing in. Since they have a lot of space on their side, Scribus is going to just slam down the Rainmaker onto the first checkpoint. Quinn is just providing a lot of cover fire onto their spawn. I don't think they've noticed the person onto their side. Kai has popped the Kraken. They've taken down Kayla first, but Scribus is just making a mad dash to the last pedestal. It's 24-64. That's a very strong first push by Rebound.
I feel like if you are a dedicated Dynamo player, you are just going to be very good at playing Rainmaker, and Rebound is just proving my point here. But not for long. Maple Syrup Munchers does end up taking the platform that Rebound is on. Unfortunately, the Rainmaker does go down for that first little bit. 3 down on Rebound, and the Rainmaker is protected by the Kraken, gets a pop on the checkpoint. Kai with the Kraken popping that Rainmaker absolutely seamlessly, and Maple Syrup Munchers takes the platform and the spinner in tow, trying their best to keep Rebound back and away from them.
And now all Maple Syrup Munchers needs to do is just make another mad dash towards Rebound's goal here. But they're starting to be pushed back. Rock, Pikmin, and Kayla are just providing a lot of pressure on the front line, something that a Decapitator can definitely do here. Not a lot of specials are coming in from Maple Syrup Munchers. The Reef Slider is coming on the side of Rebound, pushing Ivy back further. Rock Pikmin is in Ivy's face, and now it's Ivy's turn to start making a mad dash. But here's Scribus holding their ground as the Dynamo Roller can provide so much paint for Rebound as they flush the rest of Maple Syrup Munchers back into spawn here. Now it's just a matter of taking back mid to make sure that you have the control necessary to make it past the vast mid of Museum here. Here's Kaki. I think they were trying to get a flank here, but they were noticed by someone. They responded with a bomb here. I think they have Kayla in their sights. Kai's gonna take down Kayla though here. Ivy's gonna jump in as well. Where's the Rainmaker? The Rainmaker is on the side of Rebound just before it resets. Kai has the Kraken ready to rip here, and the push could potentially happen. Here's Kai with the Kraken here. They immediately jump past Quinn. Quinn's Crab is running out. Rock Pikmin's going down here. I think mid's clear enough for Maple Syrup Munchers to start pushing.
And 3 down on Rebound. That is a delayed wipeout Rebound. And Maple Syrup Munchers takes the lead just barely with 18 points. It is pushed up into their area. Rebound does go 3 down once again. It's another wipeout. And Maple Syrup Munchers takes that and runs with it, dunking the Rainmaker for a triumphant second game 1. Oh my goodness.
These guys can't be stopped, Carney. That's another knockout claiming game 2 for Maple Syrup Munchers here. Even when I do specifically want to give shout outs and kudos to Rebound here. They provided a very stellar show here off their first push, making it to 24. A lot of good plays from Rebound here, especially since they didn't even switch up their comp. If anything, you don't have to switch up your comp here as long as you stick with what you know here. Quinn can provide a lot of cover fire with the crab we saw earlier, and we saw that Scribus with the Dynamo Roller can provide a lot of good defense in flushing out the rest of Maple Syrup Munchers.
Yeah, it was just a very back and forth game for a little bit there in the beginning. With Rebound taking the early lead, Maple Syrup Munchers was just left completely at a loss for words until they got it together, they coordinated everything, and they pushed forward with the confidence and the skill that they needed to get a second game underneath their belt. That means that we are at set point. If Maple Syrup Munchers does end up winning this Scorch Gorge Clam Blitz game, they're going to be pushing forward into the finals. Not the finals.
Not finals. Here in Prism Break, we always need to anticipate the bottom bracket as well as grand finals as a whole.
And you know what? Bottom bracket's not that bad. We love the losers. We love the losers bracket.
What's the bottom bracket doing?
I just want to give a quick shout out to everybody in the losers bracket. Despite the fact that you might have lost your games, you guys still have a chance to make it big and make it to the top. So believe in yourself.
I mean, if anything, losers bracket at a glance. Double leader drop left from earlier on stream has made their way already into losers bracket round 3 here. Of course, don't doubt the remnants of we're going to Denny's after this. And it's looking like we're going into game 3. This is match point. You do not want to get set down here. If you're Rebound, now is the time to get that ball back and start making a rebound of your own here. And it's looking like we're finally getting a switch up from Rebound. That is going to be a Stamper and a Gold Dynamo here. It's some vital weapon switch ups. Potentially could be what they need here.
Very interesting switching from the regular Dynamo to the Gold Dynamo here. I can see the use of the chumps in this map specifically because there are very big middle grounds on either side of the middle pedestal that you have to cover, and chumps are a good answer for that if you know how to place them right. Maple Syrup Munchers does go 2 down in the first 30 seconds of the match. Rebound has the economy on the clams. They already have a power clam and they are moving forward. Unfortunately, they do end up going down. That slosher on Maple Syrup Munchers just making quick work. The Kraken going forward, and it looks like that power clam is unfortunately going to despawn, but Rebound still has 14 clams in their possession, while Maple Syrup Munchers only has the 3. They're going to be able to make another push here very soon, as the Junior has the power clam now.
Yeah, like you said earlier, the stock market, the clam economy is on the side of Rebound here, but Maple Syrup Munchers just provides a very stellar defense here. Bedshoot making sure that Quinn can't move an inch with the power climb here. Looking like Kayla is up in their front line here. So is Scribus with the Gold Dynamo here. They're gonna make Bedshoot move back a little bit further. Another power climb has been immediately claimed by Rock Pikmin. And it's looking like they're going to have to take a 1v2 against Ivy here. Kaki's going to throw out the Tri-Strikes here. Brock Pikmin's in a really dangerous situation. They have to move back, pass the clam to Quinn, making sure that they have the territory and the numbers advantage here. Kai has the Kraken ready to rip. I think they're jump camping someone, and it's looking like that person was Scribus here. They're going to take down a second, they take down the Blaster, and I think Maple Syrup Munchers is slowly yet surely starting to get a push in their favor. Kai is just in their spawn here. That is an insane thing for 96 to do, and Maple Syrup Munchers is the first to score here.
Maple Syrup Munchers putting in a solid 30 points into that basket. My bad, they keep going. The clams are non-stop. Maple Syrup Munchers did have a bit of a slow start, but after the coordination from them and getting the advantage state that they wanted to play around, they already have the countdown to 59 remaining clams to win. Rebound, unfortunately, does go 1 down there with that Stamp taking the hit. 2 down, the Stamp and the Dynamo both are down. Rebound is not quite in control of the clan economy as they were in that first couple of minutes of the match. Maple Syrup Munchers does have a little bit of an advantage over them, but it is not much. Kayla splats Cocky there. Bedshoot on the pencil up in their area where a pencil should be, trying their best to protect their spawn point. And unfortunately, it seems like Maple Syrup Munchers is going to be gearing up for another push.
Yeah, they're in a scary territory right now here. Ivy has the crab ready to rip and rebound. It
Ooh.
gets their first push of the game here. The timer is ticking fast, and it doesn't look like Rebound has anyone to toss some clams in, as they only have 80. And Kayla just picking up the pity clam, picking up the pity clam at the wrong time here. And it's looking like they're going to be starting to get pushed by the rest of Maple Syrup Munchers. They have a pity clam of their own, as well as a second power clam just waiting to happen. Ivy has 7 clams here. They have 2 power clams now here. Kai is in their backline. Kaki's gonna throw some more strikes here, and that's 2 power clams into Rebound basket here. Kaki and Kai just providing so much pressure onto Rebound from the front and back here. Always watch out for the flanks. Bedshoot is just under fire from Rock Pikmin, just gonna make it out in time. No, they don't. Ivy and Kaki, actually no, I was gonna say Ivy was the only one in mid, but the rest of Maple Syrup Munchers rallied to Ivy's position now. Rebound has a power clam in their hands. Rock Pikmin is going to take a 2v1. They're going to take down Kai first. Can they get Ivy as well here? Actually, not Ivy, but can they take out Kaki here? They're under fire from the pencil. They're under fire from the bucket. They're going to go down to Kaki, and it's not looking like someone else can pick up a trade when necessary. It's 36-80 with 36 seconds left on the clock here. Maple Syrup Munchers has everything in their power for a 3rd game under their belt. Rebound needs to dial in.
Dial in, indeed, they need to do. They do have a power clam available to them in the form of the pity, but it seems like they are just unable to do much about it. Maple Syrup Munchers does go 2 down. This might be Rebound's chance to take the mid and go forward. Kayla does go down with the power clam in tow, and it is about to hit overtime. Rebound needs to have a good push if they want to get Maple Syrup Munchers out of here. And it seems like with Ivy on the crab, with Bedshoot on the pencil, with everything that Maple Syrup Munchers has at their disposal, they are a rock solid maple flavored wall of terror out in spawn here.
Were they standing still here? They didn't even need to act here. Their mere presence enough, ending the game here. A 3-0 set sweep going to my Canadian goats, Maple Syrup Munchers, as they move on to Winners Bracket Finals. Oh,
that
man,
was just incredible. Oh my goodness. I'm shocked. Jaw agape.
Yeah. They just completely took the set in a chokehold, gave Rebound no time to act back here. They just managed to get a single push in, and they just had everything going here. Even when Rebound had a second push ready to rip on the rock, they only had a single power climb here. Here's their first push on the replay here. They're already going to make it past 80 here. They're going to 71 here, and they managed to, I think, get to, 59 here, exactly.
Yeah, it was just very incredible plays from both sides. Honestly, both sides had very, very good tactics. It's just that Maple Syrup Munchers got there first, is the thing, and they did it with grace and style and a great defense and an even better offense. But you know what? We are going to be right back for the winners finals here. Don't go away. Don't do anything but maybe get a drink. You know what? We will be so back so soon right here on Prism Break.
Farewell, Ball and Gator.
Come follow me. I'll show you the side of the world, the places that you've never seen. Come follow me. Come follow me. I'll show you the side of yourself, the person that you've always been, but never dreamed. What could you be afraid of if I'm right here with you? You know everything will change. Show me what you are made of, 'cause I'm always with you. Come on, we could leave today. Come follow me, come follow me. Come follow me, come follow me. Come follow me, come What could you be Look at this world we're made for. Come with me, we'll take tomorrow. Everything you want is waiting for you. Take it in, the light surrounds us. Perfect love is all around us. Everything you need.
We have reached winners bracket finals here. Your last set's winners, Maple Syrup Munchers, are going up against Bucket here.
Indeed, they are. It is going to be winners finals, best of 5. We are here for just one more set, and then we're going to be going right into losers bracket and potentially grand finals, double elim, maybe bracket reset, but that's for later. Right now, what is happening is crab leg capital, splat zones to start us off, followed by barn dime clam blitz into scorch gorge rainmaker, which is certainly a choice, inkblot tower, and then mako zones at the end if we get that far. But what is certain is that these two teams have fought their way to this last set of the winners bracket, and they are going to fight to the death in these matches, and I am excited to see who is going to be taking home the gold. And taking a break is the most important thing here, waiting for losers bracket to be done.
Looking at the two teams' current record so far, Bucket went 2-0 in round 2 against What the Dog Doing, and in semis went 3-1 against Wavebreaker. Meanwhile, Maple Syrup Munchers went 2-1 against Pendants, and then we saw, of course, not a couple minutes ago, but a short while ago, went 3-0 against Rebound here. They are potentially on equal footing as we begin Game 1 of Winners Bracket Finals here. Bucket, of course, has to have that V-Bucket on their sides here. And Maple Syrup Munchers also is going to bring back the Squeezer for their Game 1 entry here. That was definitely a sight to see during when we saw them last year. We're seeing we're seeing two shooters. The 52 has immediately gone down on Bucket, and Maple Syrup Munchers takes back the zone just as fast as Bucket did. And it's trading. We're trading now. I can't keep up here. We're moving extremely fast here. And that's a wipeout for Maple Syrup Munchers here. I couldn't even catch what's going on. Ivy is doing a forward grab, taking out Curb Stomp first. And they're cornering Bucket's bucket player, Your Love, ramming into them to get 2 picks within that special streak. A forward grab by Ivy is insane.
Ivy just absolutely rolled over Bucket's poor Bucket. That is unfortunate for them, as Maple Syrup Munchers does have the lead here. 32 ticks to go until they take this game. We are just barely a minute since this match started. Bucket has control of the zone now. This triple ink strike, I am so sorry. Maple Syrup Munchers has control of the zone now. They are working through a 52 tick penalty, and they lose control once again to Bucket. Bucket is just going back and forth with Maple Syrup Munchers. It is still anybody's game. There is 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in this match. Bucket working through their penalty points rather easily and losing control, only to potentially take it back as Maple Syrup Munchers does go 2 down, but that crab is out. We can see that Your Love with the buckets got a pick on Kaki. Curb Stomp jumping in to the zone, and Bucket continues to take hold of the zone and take their counter down. Those tri-strikes are going to be out very soon. Maple Syrup Munchers is staggering a little bit here. We can see that they are getting picked off one after the other as they are a little bit of the receiving end of their intense gameplay.
That being said, though, Ivy has popped in another crab here, but Ace, accompanied with a tri-strike coming in from Curb Stomp by the looks of things with the Neo Splash, is going to take down Ivy. Kaki is going to be the next one going down. They're already closing in on Maple Syrup Munchers 21. The 52 has gone down once again, and Bucket has taken the lead here. They're dodging Zuka shots and making sure that the zone remains teal for the rest of Bucket. They're closing in, but just when they needed to, Maple Syrup Munchers arrives on the scene and makes Bucket suffer a 70-point penalty. And the rest of Maple Syrup Munchers is starting to post up on their usual spots. Kai is already up on closer to Bucket's spawn here. They're sharking. No one's noticed Kai so far. Curb Stomp has the tri-strikes ready to rip, and here they come. I think one of them got caught on the wall. A third one is still ready. 2 strikes hit this zone here. Curb Stomp is in position, and they take zone back. It's 7-21. The lead is still in Bucket's hands.
It is still in Bucket's hand, but Bucket has 60 ticks of penalty to get through before they can take the lead all the way to a knockout. Ivy does go down to Your Love on that crab there. An unfortunate pick for Maple Syrup Munchers. Bucket going 2 down here, delayed 3 down, and they lose control of the zone temporarily as Kai moves in with the squeezer, targeting Ace here, but it is just really unable to find any purchase. Bucket does take control of the zone once again, starting to work through those penalty points as those tri-strikes come out. Curb Stomp up near Maple Syrup Munchers spawn with those suction bombs, trying their best to get a single pick if they can. They do get a pick on Kaki, go up towards the spawn right behind Ivy's crab, and the crab is unable to do much as Ivy is forced to back up. Bucket has already worked through their penalty points, and it is a knockout.
A stellar sweep coming in from Bucket here. Even when Maple Syrup Munchers manages to have to post up on zone, managing to take lead back for a little bit, Bucket just claps back, making sure that they can shut down. If anything, I saw a lot of picks going specifically after Ivy's crabs whenever they popped it here. We saw I saw Ace moving in alongside a targeted tri-strike onto Ivy when they were crabbing here. Definitely a good move to cancel out a crab on zones.
Yeah, especially on, dare I say, such a crab-heavy map like Crab Leg Capital is. And Ivy is just an absolute beast on that crab. We've seen it time and time again. Most of the crabs that have been playing for this entire game has just been absolutely just nuts to go up against. And Ivy is no exception. One cannot simply roll into spawn and run over the bucket, but Ivy did so anyway. Ivy's crab does not care. But we are going into our second game now, and it is going to be, like I said earlier, Barnacle and Dime Clamblitz. So it's going to be a little bit more of an... Like, you thought last game was a bit aggressive, wait till Barnacle and Dime Clamblitz, because as we are going in right now, both of these teams just so excellently evenly matched in terms of aggression, in terms of offense. We see that none of these comps have really changed. They are sticking to what they know, and what they know is violence.
What they know is violence. That is a hard as hell line here. The teams are sprawling out, making sure that they can claim mid first. Ace is already moving in, taking out Kai. That's a very early pick for Bucket here. A lot of early pressure and a lot of early clams. It's 5-7 on the economy. Ace looking to be outnumbered as Ivy and looking to be cocky are taking them down. Curb Stomp managing to take down Cocky, I think. That's 2 down on both teams. No teams have claimed a power climb yet, and Ace going down as well. Maybe delayed 3 down like you said earlier. Rose is going to take down Kai as well here. Bucket has just provided a lot of good picks here. Ivy has popped the crab here, perhaps dispersing the rest of Bucket out of mid here. The Whales have fired against Maple Syrup Munchers. The strikes are coming out from Bucket as well. More displacement specials are coming out here, making sure that Maple Syrup Munchers has no ground to set up their game-altering specials, like this tri-strike coming out here. The Bucket has already gone down for Maple Syrup Munchers. Curb Stomp has not been noticed taking out Kai, and is making a clean escape out here. They're 1 clam away from a power clam, and here it is. It's 13-1 on the clam economy. I think Bucket can get a second power clam rolling here. The tri-strikes have gone out here. The Zook is being fired off, and the clam has been broken into the basket here. But will Bucket have the resources necessary to keep this push going? It does not look like that's the case here, as their push comes to an untimely end, as Rosa is the only one left here to survive in mid.
This has just been a very, very fast-paced game so far, and people are going down everywhere. It is just a bloodbath in mid. I know I say that a lot, but if you are looking at the stream right now, you can see that both teams are just giving it their all on this Clamblitz match. Maple Syrup Munchers not really at an advantage here with 1 going down. They do have the crab, they do have a power clam, and they are almost 2 sodas. Those tri-strikes displacing them just for a moment as sodas go up and online, and the rest of the team are thanking their pencil player and their anchor for the lovely, lovely drinks. Rosa here with the power clam does unfortunately go down. Bucket is 2 down now with the delayed 3 down, almost a delayed wipe there from the Splash-O-Matic, as Maple Syrup Munchers is taking the opportunity to move forward and into the basket area. They're going to try and dunk that before, unfortunately, going down. But Bucket is 3 down, with Rosa being the last one remaining. Maple Syrup Munchers easily breaks the barrier of Bucket, and they are going in with another power clam, and it's going to be a 3rd power clam into the basket, bringing it all the way down to 40.
A 3rd power clam has hit the basket here. That's 40-80 here. A clapback push by Maple Syrup Munchers here on game 2. Ace is trying to survive the bomb spam that Maple Syrup Munchers is throwing at them here. They're on soda buff. The tri-strikes are coming out here. They're trying to make their move onto mid. So is Your Love here. It's a bucket off with Your Love and Cocky trying to potentially use the angles to get any more advantages within the side lane. Both buckets are going down here, but also the 52 has gone down on the side of Bucket. Maple Syrup Munchers has a very strong presence in mid. It's only Ace trying to take some off angles here. Curb Stomp is throwing the strikes in, potentially trying to claim more space, claim some picks in their wake. Maple Syrup Munchers is actually moving back here as Bucket is immediately going to start occupying mid here. Ivy has the crab ready to roll. They take out the 52 once again. Our Saffron over here has the soda. They let it fly here. They're on soda buff now. They just need to make their way out of mid. Make sure they can hold the line. Make sure Bucket can't get any more clams in. They have the pity clam going, but clam economy is not in their favor. It's 16-5, and as 1 minute is remaining on the clock here, Bucket needs to act fast. Ace is in their backline here. They take out Ivy. They have Mar Saffron in their sights here. Mar Saffron is just weaving in and out of shots, but Your Love here with the Bucket, their team's mascot here, is going to throw some more strikes going in here. Your Love is almost at a power climb. Ivy has thrown in the crab, but Ivy's gonna get cancelled by Your Love. Your Love is just playing on the sidelines, on the ledge. Rose is gonna throw the power climb in. Ace is gonna throw a couple more clams in. Do they have enough clams to beat 40? It's a very close threshold. It's 40-40 with 23 seconds left. Ace just needs to get this in, and they do! It's 31-40 within the last 18 seconds. Maple Syrup Munchers needs to make this work into overtime and make it work fast.
And just as you say that, Kai has a power clam and throws it to their teammates. The soda buff is active, but Ace is on their behind. Bucket goes 3 down, and this is Maple Syrup Munchers' chance. They are going forward, trying their best. Curb Stomp, taking out that power clam. Overtime is almost over. They need to pick up that power clam, and they do. They have 2 power clams online, going 2 down. They need an advantage state right now. That power clam does go down. Overtime is ticking down. Maple Syrup Munchers goes delayed wipe, and it takes out the Bucket. Oh my goodness, Bucket now with a game under their belt. Oh my goodness, just an explosive clam blitz match. Maple Syrup Munchers was just absolutely unable to find any sort of purchase on that overtime.
Exactly here. Bucket put Maple Syrup Munchers into a really sticky situation here. They need to make a push onto Bucket's basket with only a couple seconds left on the clock. That probably put them into panic mode here. And even if they did not start a push strong, they managed to just keep on the pressure. They managed to put the pressure onto Maple Syrup Munchers even if they were the ones under pressure to begin with here. Oh, we see the replay. Rosa is, of course, going to try to remain under fire here. They're going to go down here. Why am I doing a play-by-play for replay? What the hell?
It's okay. It's okay. We are hype. We are hype, and you know why that is?
Of course I know. Because
it's match point.
Oh, it is match point.
It's match frickin' point. Bucket with 2 points on the board already. They just need to win this Scorch Gorge Rainmaker match in order to be crowned the king of winners finals and move forward for a shot at the grand finals. But don't count Maple Syrup Munchers out just yet, because they were having some very, very, very strong gameplay on that Barn Dime Clam Blitz match. They were just really unable to get a grip on that last overtime, and that is not their fault. Bucket was very aggressive with them, and they need to learn how to play around that as we move on to the Scorch Gorge Rainmaker match.
Oh, Rainmaker is gonna be... if anything, Rainmaker on Scorch Gorge is kind of very akin to Clam Blitz in a sense here, except that you need to, of course, move a little bit further into spawn here. I can't do any more analysis here as the match is starting here. Bucket's comp remains ever similar, and so is Maple Syrup Munchers. I think they've switched to the 96 Deco this time around, unless they were already running... Yeah, no, I forgot. Kai runs the 96 Deco here. Of course, this is going to be a rush to see who can get this pop first, who can claim more ground, as a Scorch Gorge mid is definitely a spot that must be claimed in order to get a good footing into Rainmaker. It's pretty dead even. Their strikes are going to come out first from Bucket here. Your Love and Kai and Kaki. It's a 2v1. The Bucket on Maple Syrup Munchers is the first to go down.
Unfortunately, it seems like Bucket does have the advantage here. They are not quite grabbing the Rainmaker just yet. They are going to wait for a couple more people to respawn and for Ivy to get the hell out of the way, and they do unfortunately go down. This is Bucket's chance to grab the Rainmaker. They grab the Rainmaker with a clear shot, go forward and dunk it into the checkpoint. It is less than a minute from this match started. That Kraken taking out the Rainmaker, but not quick enough. Maple Syrup Munchers really struggling here to get any sort of footing as the strikes come out from Bucket, it is just special after special, and they are just unable to find an answer for that. Aggressiveness that Bucket is showing. The Trizuka comes out, unable to find any sort of picks. Bucket does go 2 down, but Maple Syrup Munchers is also 2 down. The Rainmaker is reset, but Bucket is in neutral, ready for that. They pop the Rainmaker here, and they are ready to move forward with their second push of the game. But not for long. The Tri-Strikes do come out, and Kai on the Kraken targeting Ace, and Ace does jump out there, which is a smart move because you do not want your 52 player to go down to a Kraken, as 52 is quite an aggressive front line. But they do go down anyways as Maple Syrup Munchers begins to start their counterattack.
Exactly here. If anything, I just realized I think Ivy's not running Crab anymore. Ivy's running Azuka. Saffron is going to be the first one to go down here. Already stopping Maple Syrup's Munchers push before it started. Your Love is just holding the ground here, taking out Kai as well. That's a stray, that could be a stray shot with their bucket here. Kaki's already back here. They're gonna get shot down by Curb Stomp, and Curb Stomp's just gonna keep moving in. Rose is just making sure that any more paint left in mid can remain yellow. I think they had some shots onto Ivy. They have Kai in their sights as well. And the strikes are gonna come out from Curb Stomp. That's a second set of Tri-Strikes coming out from Your Love. That's gonna be a Hexa Strike comp coming in from Bucket. Kai with the Kraken here, ready to cause some havoc when needed. They pick up the Rainmaker in time. I think this may just be the time for Maple Syrup Munchers to start pushing. I think the pedestal area is uncontested, and they take the first checkpoint here. It's a very close lead of 67 to 68. Ace is deadlocked into a battle with Mars Saffron, diving the backline, targeting them with the strikes, and Mars Saffron is going down here. Bucket needs to regroup with the rest of their team though, as the Rainmaker is still in their zone here. They're gonna go down to Kai, and Kaki's gonna throw out some Tri-Strikes as well onto mid here, making sure that they have the grounds necessary. The strikes are coming in from Bucket as well though. I think that was both Tri-Strikes coming in from Bucket. Very interesting for them to have a Texas Strike comp.
Interesting indeed, but it seems to be working well for them. Like you said earlier, Scorch Gorge Rainmaker is about controlling the middle of the zone. The middle area of Scorch Gorge is super important for this, and having so many Tri-Strikes all on one team ensures that they have the power necessary to scatter anyone. But you know what? Maple Syrup Munchers showing them that they are not out of the game yet. The Rainmaker does unfortunately go down by the pedestal, in fact, and Bucket moving forward. Ace with that hyper-aggressive 52 gameplay in mid, trying to find picks, not finding anything, though Tri-Strikes do come out. Like I said, 6 of them all at once, just making sure that mid is free and clear of any Maple Syrup Munchers looking to get Bucket.
Exactly here. Kai has the Kraken ready to rip. They have a 1-point lead, by the way, here within the last minute. If anything, Maple Syrup Munchers just needs to place this Rainmaker in a really tricky spot for Bucket to get up. Ace is going to take down Kaki. They have Mars Saffron in their sights, going 2 in their streak, and now it's a Gal-Off, and Kai manages to end Ace's streak, and now Maple Syrup Munchers is just gonna keep pushing forward here. They're gonna go down to Your Love, but Your Love is in a 2v1 scenario, but they're backed up by Ace. They take down Kaki, and Ivy's the only one left, and that's a wipeout for Bucket. They have 57 seconds in order to get this game down on their belt here. I think they're already sending Your Love and Ace to the front lines to make sure that the spawn area is, or at least the checkpoint area is clear. Curb Stomp, what's Curb Stomp doing?
Curb Stomp was keeping that Rainmaker in their possession so that way Bucket could claim that third coveted game of that best of 5 series with the 1-point win over Maple Syrup Munchers. Unfortunately, Maple Syrup Munchers will be going into losers bracket with a chance to come back for grand finals as Bucket claims the sweep of the century and moves forward to grands.
Pardon me, I'm not gonna lie, I think this match was so heated to the point where I think I lost track of things. For a second, I thought that Maple Syrup Munchers was in the lead, but in fact it was Bucket, like you said earlier. They're going to make it onto grand finals, like you said here. Stellar performance by Bucket, and of course, stellar performance by Maple Syrup Munchers as well here.
And like I was saying, Maple Syrup Munchers going into losers bracket here, they do have a chance to redeem themselves, as this is a double elim. And if they do end up winning all of the games ahead of them, they will be able to claim the victorious title of the winners of this week's Prism Break. But they still have to go through an entire block of gameplay. And speaking of entire blocks of gameplay, unfortunately, as finals is over, that means me and Frostix will have to get off of the commentary block and get the heck out of here. It was so wonderful being here once again this week for Prism Break. You guys know me. My name is Carnival. Find me on my blue sky listed underneath. And if you see me in any other servers, any other tournaments, cough cough looty coming up, I might be commentating for some of those looty games as well. Come and say hi. I don't bite.
He does not bite. I can attest for that here. Of course, I have been Cardi's co-caster Frostix. You can find me on the site formerly known as Twitter at TK_Frostix here. And I'm writing a web novel you can read Gap Year on Wattpad. That's aside from the point here. You're going to be hearing from the Block 2 Warriors. Rocket and Topic are up next here, so stay tuned.
See you guys later.
Well, welcome to Prism Break number 23. My name is Rocket, joined by Topic here, kicking off second bracket. As per usual here, we're looking at La 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 versus Pendants here. And Topic, we were talking behind the scenes about a little bit something that made me a little bit sad here, but we'll acknowledge that later as a Dallas fan. But we're looking at Mahi Mahi
Dallas.
Resort as our first, yeah, as our first map mode here. So I don't know. How you doing today? How you feeling? You probably know how I'm feeling, but
I'm feeling good. I just want to say, la 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 la. Their profile picture, what was that? That looked like a dog with the propeller hat. Yup, That's not even a dog. I don't.
it's a weird looking dog.
That's a weird looking dog. Yeah, but yeah, it's been a pretty alright day. I know you're going through it right now, but maybe this can kind of take your mind off of that for a little bit as we go to, like I said, Mahi Mahi Resort Splat Zones. I like this map mode personally. I do think it is a lot more open. Of course, once the one level drops, a lot more fight heavy for like your 52s, your shots, your rollers. But we're gonna see what these teams bring, as we're gonna see from La 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 La. I believe that's gonna be it is a range blaster. Custom range blaster, one of my favorite weapons in the game. And other than that, pretty standard from either side. The only real, I would say, not even out there pick is gonna be the Nautilus 79 on side of Pendant. So other than that, pretty standard comps from both sides.
I mean, yeah, you have that midline pressure as just providing that firepower, but Pendants does lose two of their members, their main shooting weapons just left now to the bucket and the pencil. They're forced back here as La 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 will move forward with the control of the zone, but hold on, we're seeing here Mondi on this flank managing to get another and potentially just trying to find more here. Keep going as they manage to just slaughter all of La 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 down there, knocking them all down, and just like that, Pendant's back in control of the zone.
I mean, I think that was what, 4, basically a delayed wipeout by Mondi single-handedly. We're gonna see La 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 though trying to combat this, but I think, yeah, Pendants will hold on to it, but La La not going away that easy. You do see a Kraken with the cooler, trying to get in. Yoshi with the flank, able to get one, though, but Pendant still doing a really good job holding on Rexy there with the Zuka. Is going to get shut down as well by Sorry and another member, but Pendant's holding on really strong here, although La, the strikes are going to recap the zone for now, but they haven't really been able to get the members of Pendants out of mid, since I feel like for a majority of this game that we've seen, nice double kill there with the Zuka, majority of the game, it's been Pendants in control of not just zone, but like the area around zone, makes it much more difficult for La to get in, and with this water level dropping, it should be a little bit easier, in theory.
In theory, but in practice, it's going to be very difficult, especially since how lockout heavy this map can be. You see the trip trays coming out from Sorry on this bucket, already taking a very good position under these ledges here, just waiting for any member of La 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 to move in. You see the Kraken moving in, trying to create space. However, 2 shots are down. The splash and shot from La 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 are down. So now an opportunity for Pendants to try to hold on here. But as I say that, 3 players fall in the back there. I believe that was a combination of Mubi and Jay on that Neo Splash, just getting the job done. So they still have a fighting chance here as La 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 are out of their penalty, and hopefully they can maybe see if they can pull off a comeback here.
I mean, I wouldn't really doubt it. You see La 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 already kind of getting set up themselves. They did pop the strikes a little bit early, in my opinion, because you see Pendants just responding really quickly with strikes of their own. Rexy, they're going to get killed there. But as we're going to see Pendants just really, really doing a good job just getting themselves right back into it. Like, yeah, La 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 did get down to 70 or 57, sorry. They really didn't push up too far. They were kind of conservative in that way. They really didn't try to push their advantage. They kind of just held in zone, and that just allowed Pendants to get back in really, really easy. As we're saying now, Pendants is kind of making up for lost ground and slowly eating through their penalty game to 10 ticks remaining here as La trying to at least get something going.
Indeed here, but time is running out for them to try to contest this. You see the strikes basically keeping this Kraken at bay. 5, 4, 3, just the range blaster left to deal with, and it won't be able to paint enough control of the zone for them to contest it. So really nicely done there from Pendants to be able to hold on with that superior inking power, and really they were able to create the ideal lockout situation that you see time and time again on Mahi Mahi.
Yeah, I think they just played some really solid defense, something that a certain GM was wanting from one of their members. Rocket, you know what I'm talking about. Uh, but yeah, I do think they did a really good job of keeping themselves in. When Lala did get down to 57, they kind of reacted really nicely. They did not let themselves get over panicked. They did not let themselves, overreact. They just kind of calmed down, played the game. It worked out really well in their favor, and they held on every time that La tried to push. So shout out to Pendant, and it was it was a good game, to be honest. But we're gonna see if they can continue this as we go to game number 2. One of the map mobs that I tolerate for the most part, which is Museum D'Alfonsino Rainmaker.
Yeah, and I want to take a little aside for just how interesting this matchup is between La and Pendants, as both of these teams were knocked out of winner's bracket in round 2 and have basically both been on dominating runs throughout the losers bracket. I mean, from the start of their losers bracket run, La has only dropped one map mode to Kaleidoscope, who is a familiar name to me in terms of teams I've seen. So that is really well done there. But besides that, they basically swept the rest of their losers bracket. Taking a look at Pendant, similar story, only dropping one to double leader drop left here. So I mean, both teams have been on hot streaks here, but Pendants with this first opening here, I wonder if that might provide them some firepower, maybe just keeping their hands warm here, maybe seeing if they can continue this here as, like you mentioned, Museum Rainmaker awaits.
Yeah, and I do think that we're going to see very minimal changes. I see La, no changes from them. Same thing for Pendant. So, actually, hold on. Wait. Scratch that. Record scratch, whatever you want to call it. A Forge, or no, not Forge, a Splattershot Pro, a V Pro. Okay, I'm a fan because I love both pros. For the most part, they're one of my favorite mains in Splatoon 2 as well, but V-Pro, not what you see very often, mainly because it is very, very ink hungry. You do have the line marker, so that doesn't technically, I don't think it doesn't have a sub, but it's not as effective as it could be. But Crab could be very, very helpful, especially in a Rainmaker, but so far, Pendant is playing at least some solid defense as La is only able to get 10 points. Sorry, just kind of use this Crab to kind of clear out the blaster. They're not quite able to do that, but so far, La trying to take in full advantage of this switch over to the Forge Pro, to the Forge, and just kind of make their mark.
I mean, yeah, when you come up with a weapon such as the Splattershot Pro, you take the trade for the ink-hungry weapon in terms of range. I feel like this weapon could go well in matching up against the Neo Splash and the V-Shot that is coming out from La. Maybe seeing if they can use that range to their advantage and just basically poke at the members at worst and basically just eliminate them outright at best here. But we're seeing already that Pendants are continuing this push here, managing to get one with that Zuka is Mondi, and 3 players have been wiped from La. Now an opportunity here for Pendants to Rainmaker and get a good lead here, as you see Mondi continuing to be the spearhead of their team. You see the Rainmaker just dancing around, finally getting taken down, but what a lead has been taken indeed. A 28-90 lead, a great opening push for Pendants.
I mean, yeah, and you can see that Pendants, they broke through the barrier, La did not, so that one checkpoint falling is a huge momentum swing inside of Pendant's favor, because they don't have to like wait to push. They can just keep going and going, as Mondi unfortunately is gonna go down. Epic there, the last member will get wiped out, but thankfully they do have Cooler, so not a lot of damage will be done. Guys, you see Sorry already has a Crab at the ready. Zuka's gonna be close up, Splashdown is at the ready, so Pendants, like nothing really happened. They're all back onto their plat, ready to play some defense, and so far about halfway through this game, La has only managed to get 10 points, which is barely up the ramp to Pendant. So they're gonna have to try to break through, probably get the pencil down, because that seems to be their main obstacle here.
Indeed, you see this Nautilus actually getting a trade onto Rexy. Now an opportunity for Pendants to continue to move forward. However, players are falling all around them, as it's just left to Sorry and their pencil on the side of Pendants to see if they can try to just maintain this push on this ramp here. This ramp choke point is so hard to push up without any specials here, as La 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 are just waiting for an opportunity to strike and see if they can retake mid here. A lot of neutral happening, just building up these specials here, just waiting for the opportunity, and there it is right there. The Rainmaker is taken out. You see 3 players falling from
Ooh.
Pendants and 2 on the side of La 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 in a blink of an eye, and the Rainmaker is down here, so an opportunity for La 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 to potentially take back control as they need to focus on actually getting mid here first, as it is mostly pink there.
I mean, yeah, you see that Katamari there with a nice pick onto Mondi there, so no Zuka for Pendants will be had. Yoshi, though, able to at least make a trade, and for, I feel like, what, a majority of this game, ever since La 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 got the first 10 points of the game, they've been stuck on plat. Most of it has been painted pink. Most of it has been their color, so it's been hard for La 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 to really get going, and see Sorry with a very, very aggressive crash on a forced their way forward. Unfortunately, they're going to go down. 3 members down. Rainmaker's going to go down for Pendants. That's another one down. So basically a delayed wipe. So La, ever since Pendants gets down to 28, they've been doing a solid defense, not breaking all the way, but it's just been not translating really well. It's not been... Okay, nice job. The geometry worked out really well for both players. So yeah, for a majority of this game, La has kind of been put at bay. It's the best way I could put it.
Yeah, but 45 seconds, still a fairly good amount of time here to develop this last push, as you'd imagine that time would run out in terms of regulation here. 2 players are down, though, for Pendant, so an opportunity may arise to at least get the checkpoint here, but the splashdown may deny it. No, it won't deny it. It will take out the player, though, as now an opportunity for Pendants to maybe come back in here and seal the deal on this, especially if more players fall from La La La. You see the pencil going down. Keely, a key painting weapon for them. Now the CRB as well. 15 seconds left. Pendants don't have to make a push here. They can just hold this Rainmaker to the very end. You see
no.
just trying to get on, and now this position here is notorious for being a very difficult position to put the Rainmaker in general, but no player from the side of La 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 will be able to contest it, as that is game 2 and the set for Pendants.
I mean, listen, some will call it a very troll spot, but I wouldn't. Pendants, they got the win. They got a very, very comfortable lead, 30 points. They could do that just to waste as much time as possible, and just worked out in their favor. Shout out, like I said, to Pendants for a majority of the game. Solid defense. They had the opportunity to push. They took full advantage of it, getting it down to 28 points, breaking the checkpoint on their first try. Just basically not giving La 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 space to work with, because I think we've said it before during the game. A majority of mid was painted pink, or yeah, like pinkish. A majority of mid was painted Pendants' color, so that gave a lot less space for La 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 to work with. So they just controlled the map, which is a majority of the battle, if you can say.
I mean, yeah, it's a strong control. I mean, we saw a little bit of it in Mahi Mahi, where Pendants was basically able to do just that. Now, the map does help them, of course, with Mahi Mahi, like we've mentioned time and time again, being very lockout heavy, because you're forcing the other team to drop down into you. But here we really got to show how Pendants loves to play. They love to get this ink down. They love to get this space, and that's just the key in how you win in Splatoon sometimes. You just control the playing field and force the other team to push into you, and with that initial push that Pendants got, they were able to basically play keep away and play to their own environment. So good on them for taking advantage of their strengths here. Let's see if that continues in their losers bracket run.
Yeah, but before we can see the rest of that, we're going to take a very, very quick break as we get our losers finals kind of set up here. But of course, don't go anywhere quite yet, because we'll be back with more Prism Break in a couple minutes. Well, everyone, I hope you got everything you need because we are back with more Prism Break action coming right to you. We have our losers final set. I am Topic, joined once again by Rocket, of course. And for you today, we have Maple Syrup Munchers versus Pendants. Pendants, a team, we just saw. They were pretty strong against La 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 La. And Maple Syrup Munchers. I haven't seen them before, but they better be Canadian. That's all I'm gonna say.
Shout out Jordan. No,
Shout out
but
Jordan.
no, seriously though. Crab Lake Capital is going to be our first map mode here, which is a very interesting map mode to start on Splat Zones as well, because you typically see this going the way of Clam Blitz, or you see it the way going of Rainmaker here, but it is very interesting for zones because I feel like it structures very similarly to Mahi Mahi in that it can be very lockout heavy.
Yeah, because I do think, especially with the big grate, it is kind of more towards backline, so we might see double pencil. Yup, there it is. Of course, sorry what we saw last game with the Splash Top Pro. Side of Maple Syrup Muncher is very interesting, I would say. Of course, a decaf splash before, but a squeezer, not one that we have. I think I have been seeing a lot more of it recently, but it's very interesting to see always picked out because it's such a really good weapon, very unorthodox, but so far using that to the ranges as Maple Syrup Muncher is able to get a very quick lead here down to 90 points remaining.
Yeah, I feel like how weapon comps are structured today, you're allowed like that one wild card weapon in your comp that really allows you to kind of show your identity here. And speaking of showing us their identity, Maple Syrup Munchers are showing right off in this set why they are our second seed for a reason here, already knocking it down to the 60-point mark here. However, Pendants is not giving up without a fight, both sides losing a player here, and now we see that Maple Syrup Munchers still somehow maintain control of the zone. You see this crab is almost available as well, so this firepower can continue. There it goes right there and taking out the shot in one swoop as well. You see Epuk on this pencil just trying to paint over it, but the crab is just too powerful, and still Maple Syrup Munchers still have control.
I mean, the reason why I think they do have control of the zone, or they maintained it, is because they have two really powerful painters. They have Splash, they have Pencil right there. Just being able to paint the zone while the two more aggressive or weapons meant to fight the decaf and squeezer can go to work, and so far they're showing that game plan off to a T. We do see Monty there with the Zuka able to get one, but will it be just in time? Two are gonna go down. The Splashdown will get a triple, but unfortunately it's a second too late, and Maple Syrup Munchers, I believe, will start this finals off with a 100-0, I want to say.
Yeah, 100-0. What a way to show themselves. I mean, I mentioned at the beginning how lockout heavy this map can be, and we saw it right there. That's how you want to play it, and they played it perfectly. Being able to cycle out these specials and the crab pencil combination is so hard to deal with, and the quirk of having Squeezer as well as you have that little bit of extended range as well, obviously Squeezer's main quirk, but you think that the shot pro on the other side would be able to kind of counteract that, but Maple Syrup Muncher is again able to use their specials through their full series. Saw that bubble there, just trying to being a little bit of a distraction for Maple Syrup Munchers and allow them to still maintain and secure the zone at the very end there as time expired, even though they were 3 players down.
Yeah, because I think what Maple Syrup Munchers did a good job was make Pendants use their specials kind of early, right? Because we saw Mondi pop the Zuka about with, I want to say, 10 ticks remaining, something like that. But like it was away from the zone, and they got, I believe it was the pencil, which was above zone, so it didn't really paint it. And then we saw right there, the splashdown went down. It went down right on the ledge, kind of away from the zone. So when another player went down, guess what? None of that ink transferred to the zone, meaning that Pendants really didn't have any specials to take zone with. They used specials to get into or close to zone. They didn't have any specials to take it. You know what I mean? So it was really, I feel like it would have been really hard for them to hold and get zone because, they had no resources to do that. But we're going to see if they can kind of improve on that game plan, or maybe Syrup Munchers look to do kind of the same thing as we go to game number 2, one of my favorite Tetris pieces in the game, Barnacle and Dime Clam Blitz.
I mean, paint control is going to be pretty much the same level of importance here, and if Maple Syrup Munchers are able to continue that success that they had with that comp that they were running, I'm sure that they will have a good advantage here in terms of that much. But let's see if Pendants has any response to this. There's a potential
Ooh.
response right there in Carbon. I love it. I love to see it.
I mean, yeah, I love to see it too, but the question is, can the Carbon get close enough to do its damage? Because we saw from that first game, Maple Syrup Munchers did a really good job just keeping mid in Crab Lake, keeping mid, just making sure that Pendants had no space to work with, and so far, early on, you see how pink, dark pink, whatever. You see how much control that Maple Syrup has over mid control. You see the pencil going down for Pendants, 1-for-1 trade here. Yoshi there on the flank though, able to get 1-3 down, going down in a trade instead or as well. So far a lot of fighting, but even after all that fighting, Maple Syrup Munchers still have almost complete control of mid here.
Yeah, this is the strength for their comp here, having that control of the mid. The Carbon falls, so they don't have to worry about that pesky sharking. Now you see here a Zuka coming out from the other side of Pendants. A beautiful lock-up right there, managing to find two. That swings that fight completely now in favor of them. What looked very promising for Maple Syrup Munchers now looks like an opportunity for Pendants to strike first here. However, they do have to strike well because they need this push to work. Unless they're just going to give up a pity there, a ball will be found into the goal, but not much follow-up. A little bit of follow-up actually from the pencil will knock it down to 65. A little bit, not quite enough to make that threshold you'd like, but still a solid push nonetheless, as you need this. Never mind if two people fall to that Carbon. That's a beautiful comeback, and you see the suction bomb clean up the mess too. What a push and sequence of events for Pendants there.
I mean, you want to talk about a response? There's one right there. Maple Syrup Munchers, they had the people up, they had everything ready, but Pendants just got, well, I think a double kill off of Yoshi, a bomb kill off of the Crab, so we're right back to where we started. Call it deja vu if you must, as Pendants trying to score once again, but we do see the pencil there for Maple Syrup Munchers doing a really good job, plus the Crab is keeping them at bay, and so far it has worked. So Maple Syrup Munchers, at least for now, has avoided disaster. So very, very good response there, but Pendants, that momentum is slowly shifting into their favor, so maybe they can get something going here. Unfortunately, with Yoshi going down, that might put a little chip in their plans.
Still have half the match to be played if you're on the side of Pendants, so you can't rest now. You may be thinking of another push here, but first you need to stop the advance that Maple Syrup Munchers is putting on here. You see the Zuka coming out as well on that left side, just trying to pin that player down, forcing them back, trying to take this space. However, the first pick will go in favor of Pendants. Sorry, is continuing to stay on this side here, and just like that, 3 fall for Maple Syrup Munchers. You have 2 balls available for Pendants to make a move here. The Zuka finds one and is just keeping these players on Maple Syrup Munchers at bay, as both will find their way into the goal. Now the clams are coming in, the dam is open, the gates are open, and now they are all flowing in. Let's see if Maple Syrup Munchers can close this here. You see the shot going in, getting a couple more here. You see a potential jump in as well, but no, forced back, as Pendants will take that push any day of the week.
I mean, hey, you go from, what, 65 to 18. That right there is game winning. So now Pendants has all the momentum in their favor. Another 3 down for Maple Syrup Munchers. The last member will get found out and go down as well. Sorry has a clam at the ready. So maybe we may not see the end of it just yet with the score here. A couple more clams to follow up with, 6 clams to be specific. Epic there is trying to go on. They're able to get one in, but Yoshi, though, is the last member remaining. Not going to be found out just yet. Kind of doing their sharking thing, doing what Carbons do. Thankfully, they aren't going to be found out just yet. There's the pencil finding them out, so that will be it. So now Maple Syrup Munchers has another power clamp to work with, but I feel like the momentum has really shifted in favor of Pendants, where, as you can see, we are 4 minutes into the game and Maple Syrup Munchers has yet to score. They have been semi-close, I would say, but they really haven't been able to get anywhere, because Pendants, the momentum's in their favor, straight up.
Yeah, Maple Syrup Munchers have been clamped down upon whenever they get control of mid. Getting control of mid hasn't been the problem. The problem is getting further than that, as the Zuka finds 2, and that might be the nail in the coffin here, unless Pendants don't have any clams in there. They have the score all the way down to 6. They're all collecting them clams, and there it is. Pendants, what a response from a knockout on game 1, getting a knockout of themselves to make this 1-1, taking game 2, and Well done by them.
I mean, yeah, they really didn't have to play defense. You know, they played a really. You don't really need defense if you have a really solid offense. Dallas GM, take notes.
I'd see
Uh,
that coming
I
from a
had to.
mile away.
I had to. But yeah, for a majority of the game, Pendants were in either mid or they were on the Maple Syrup Muncher side. There was maybe I want to say like 15 to 20 seconds during the entire game which they were pushed back. That's impressive. That's just straight up impressive. So Pendants, they just kind of took game one on the chin, and hey, they swung back really hard. But now we basically come back to a best of 3 as we go to game number 3, Undertow Spillway Rainmaker. Now, I'm interested to see what these teams will decide to bring here.
I mean, we saw the change from game 1 to game 2, that being Pendants bringing out that Carbon. I wouldn't hate the choice here either, because on a volatile type mode as Rainmaker, all it takes is that Rainmaker to be assassinated by a lurking player, maybe such as a Carbon, to basically kill your entire push, kill your entire momentum a little bit there, as the Rainmaker obviously is forced back into the bubble, forcing the attention away from the push, and now you are back at a standstill, buying time for your team to recollect themselves and move in. That might be what Pendants is trying to play for here, because it worked really well in game 2, the Carbon at least, so maybe they can keep that Carbon-centered comp here in game 3 on the side of Maple Syrup Munchers. A little mishap the here and there, but maybe I still believe in their comp in terms of what they're running. I mean, the uncommon weapon, like we've seen, is that pro shot, but so far it's been doing pretty well.
I mean, hey, they got this far. Winners or losers finals. That's pretty good. So I do think there's gonna be minimal changes. Really, I do think that both teams kind of stay with the same kind of idea for their comp. It's just the game plan from one mode, Clan to another mode will change. But we're gonna see a really weird. Okay, hold on. Whoa. Okay, I was wrong. What was that a 96 Gal deck? I want to say yes, a 96 with Kraken and a shot. Very interesting. Very couple changes for them. For Pendants, going over to the V Slosher and the Custom Blaster, the one with Splashdown. So a couple changes from both sides. You know what? I'm rocking with it.
I like it for Pendants here, switching out that Carbon for the Custom Blaster. Still provides that close range firepower here. 2 players down from both sides, however, Maple Syrup Munchers will be the one to take control of the Rainmaker. Will they be able to hold on to it just for the time being? However, it is finally taken out by Mondi on that shot from the other side. Sorry finds one with that Trip Strike, but is counter out by that Kraken. Specials are going out here. The Rainmaker is under duress here, as you see the Kraken and the rest of Maple Syrup Munchers trying to close up upon him. You see the Zuka coming out as well. It is just specials after specials after specials going out. The Custom Blaster, the Decaf as well, putting down their specials. It is just absolute trading here, but in the end of it, Pendants still are pushing towards this checkpoint.
I mean, yeah, they're pushing to it. They got it. Unfortunately, one member will go down, so Maple Syrup Munchers will have a stronger defense as they're going to try to pop the Rainmaker. 3 members on Maple Syrup Munchers are going to be there. Sorry is going to go down, so no strikes for Pendants, and 14 Epic is going to get out, seeding that cooler as they're going to have in just a second. So Pendants striking first, getting the first checkpoint down in the first minute and a half. Very, very good for them. That really takes a big weight off their shoulders. Now it's up to Maple Syrup Munchers to kind of respond in kind. Will they be able to do that is the question here. Do see a bubble is going to be set up here on this left-hand side. Kai is going to pop this Kraken to roll out the red carpet for the Rainmaker. Unfortunately, the Rainmaker is going to be forced back just a little bit here as Mondi will drop on them, getting the pick. Yoshi going for the back line, going for the pencil, not quite able to get it, but a splashdown or that'll be a consolatory prize. But so good job for Pendants there with some solid defense, and we're gonna see Maple Syrup Munchers not quite able to get towards that first, or not able to break that first checkpoint.
Yeah, you see now it's just left to the 96 Gal and the V shot on the side of Maple Syrup Munchers trying to hold the line here as Pendants look to surge again here. They're going to keep going with that left side. The Zuka does find one as well, so now numbers advantage, an opportunity to move forward. However, they do have to worry about this 96 scale that could be the thorn in their side. The Trip Strikes are now out for an opportunity to move in. The Kraken is there to counteract it, and a well-timed Kraken indeed by Kai will shut down that push. Still, though, a solid push nonetheless. Custom Blaster is still here as well. They're still providing jumps for the side of Pendant, so the push is not yet over.
Yeah, the push is not yet over, down to 29. Unfortunately, it may just be, but Yoshi's keeping it alive as best as they can, going for one, not quite the two. Decap managed to jump out. They're still going to be there. They're going to go down, but that gave the members of Pendants enough time to get back in position, though. Sorry will go down, Epic will go down, but Mondi is on another bit of a flank, a bit of a sneaky, going for one, able to get one. There it is. They pick up the Rainmaker, possibly. No, not yet. There it is. Pick it up and run. Not quite able to get it. They couldn't go fast enough, but 11 points and still going. It looks like it doesn't look like, looks like Pendants will finally be forced out. So that right there could be the game-winning push down to 11 points, because Maple Syrup Munchers, they still have yet to break the checkpoint.
I was sweating bullets, by the way, on that push. They had a real opportunity to end the game right there, Pendants that was. But now we're seeing the Decap just completely slice and dice up Pendants there. Fruit Ninja, hello, just swiping up 3, and now this could be a great opportunity for Maple Syrup Munchers to get back into it, especially since that is a delayed wipe with that Custom Blaster going down. However, the specials are going out for Pendants, but it won't matter as 2 fall yet again here. Maple Syrup Munchers are not out of this yet. The Trip Strikes may go out, sure, but they're still falling left, right, and center. Another delayed wipe here as the Rainmaker needs to find its way to its checkpoint, and there it is.
I mean, yeah, this is a very, very dangerous stag here. If you're Pendants, Maple Syrup Munchers looking strong. Another 2 members down. Sorry, trying to play some defense, though. Yoshi on a bit of a flank there, trying to go for the Rainmaker from behind. Is able to get some damage, though. They're going to go down as well. Rainmaker's still going to be here. Monty's going to drop. Oh, the Rainmaker not quite able to get it. Able to get one, though, in the trade. So, unfortunately, for Maple Syrup Munchers, there's going to be no bubble for them. So, the strikes are going to come out, force the Rainmaker back. But we still have 20 seconds remaining in regulation. Maybe they could try to get a couple more members down, but Yoshi, though, putting on that pressure, getting members away. Kai able to get a trade out of it. 10 seconds remaining. The Rainmaker is still taking. Mondi going for a bit. Another flank is able to get it. Jumps are coming in left, right, and center. Rainmaker will stay there, trying to get popped by Maple Syrup Munchers. There we go, able to pick it up, but Yoshi just calmly walking, calmly shooting, and will calmly end the game. And Pendants will take a 2-1 series lead and be a chance for a gentleman's sweep.
What a comeback attempt that was, though, for Maple Syrup Munchers. I mean, that game was the closest one we've had in this set so far, and they showed some fight, but Pendants, their constant resilience at that beginning point of the game around this 3.3-minute mark, they were able to surge forward with some great kills on their own. But obviously this isn't to discredit Maple Syrup Munchers at all. No. You saw the amount of players from Pendants falling left, right, and center on this last minute push. I mean, it was a delayed wipe, then another delayed wipe, then a 2-down situation. I mean, Maple Syrup Munchers, they are not a team to be trifled with, but definitely not Pendants either. As you see, this sneaky little flank managed to get them that comfortable lead, almost winning the entire thing, but they did just enough to at least keep that lead out of reach. But now it is do or die time for Maple Syrup Munchers here if they want a rematch in the upper bracket here. But we need to worry about this next game first. If they want to even force Game 5, they need to worry about Tower Control Inkblot Art.
Yeah, and I do think for Pendants, I think the Blaster definitely stays because it's really good at shooting up over those ledges. And it's a Blaster. It's Tower Control. Need I say more? It's just really good at that. I do think, again, the momentum is pretty firmly in Pendants' hands. You know, you go from kind of getting dominated the first game, not gonna lie, to winning game number 2, to winning game number 3. So now you have the hot hand. You're just doing really, really well right now. So I think if you're Pendants, you kind of keep up with this strategy of, because I think we saw at the end there, where Pendants sent, I think it was Yoshi and Mondi on constant flanks, constantly keeping Maple Syrup Munchers on their back foot, constantly making sure they cannot be comfortable. So I think for this one, I do think most of that is gonna stay, but we're gonna see as we hop straight into our fourth and potential final game of the set.
Indeed here. Let's see if they have any counters to what they've been doing. You see the return of the Carbon here instead of the Custom Blaster. I don't hate it at all, as it did do them wonders. Pendants, you have that flexible player. On the other side, I believe similar comps, obviously. We're going with the Squelcher again, plus that V-Shot. First pick will go into favor of Maple Syrup Munchers, though, but a resounding trade will meet their way. Now Specials is being formed. Opening fight is happening. Let's just see which team gets the opening opportunity first.
Yeah, I think a change we forgot to mention was Maple Syrup Munchers switching over to the bucket instead of the decap to possibly help with the paint. A couple of trades though will go out in favor of neither side, but we do see Mondi though going for a pick, able to get one, not going down without a pick on the Zuka, but Kai there on a bit of a flank, able to get the pencil, so no cooler for Pendants. Yoshi's gonna go down as well, so Maple Syrup Munchers able to take a very quick lead, get their way to the first checkpoint. Kai though is gonna go down to Mondi. Zuka, the geometry is working. Another one to the Zuka, so that he passed geometry class for sure. But yeah, just very, very nice Zuka kills there. Is actually going to really help Pendants out with the defense and maybe get towards that first checkpoint themselves.
Yeah, the Trip Strikes are here, though, but Pendants has Trip Strikes of their own available. Now an opportunity for Pendants to keep getting this space. However, they are 2 players down, so now they're just forcing to try to see if they can get these evening trades. However, it's just left to the Pencil to try to fight for their lives. The jumps are coming in, sure, but Pendants is massively staggered. This Carbon is the last player really in a position to try to contest this. Will they be found, though? A bomb might find them out. No, still staying alive, managing to find Ivy on that, maybe looking for more. No, but will at least take the trade. You will take that 1-for-2 trade any day of the week, but now you need to continue to maintain this hold on mid if you're Pendants, and if you want to go for the second checkpoint. You have Sari's Trip Strikes as well. Never mind.
Not anymore. But yeah, even though they don't, Pendants is still getting those pigs. The Zuka not quite able to get the shot. Outside, maybe some Munchers instead. The shot, Zuka's come out for themselves, but another flank by Mondi is able to get them down. The second checkpoint falls like it's absolutely nothing. Epic just chilling on the tower, having a margarita in their hands, reading a book, just kind of doing whatever they can. There's a cooler for the team. The cooler is coming out there. And so far, down to 10 ticks remaining. Maple Syrup Munchers try to put up some resistance, able to do so before they get to 6 points there. It will be the wipeout. So Pendants getting through all 3 checkpoints, I believe in one push, and getting it down to 6 points remaining. Maple Syrup Munchers, they have basically Mount Everest to climb, basically.
They do indeed, and they have to climb it with all of their effort, because this is the potential last game for them in this tournament if they fail to do so. But you need to first take the tower and take it back to mid at the very minimum, because so far it hasn't moved past the first checkpoint. That's going to be very brutal if you are Maple Syrup Munchers. You want to at least get a checkpoint or 2 here on a push. You might not go all the way, as that is a very difficult thing to do, but at least getting one of these checkpoints is going to be key, and the key first stepping point here. You do have Pendants with these Trip Strikes, as well as Sorry might not even need them, and that is just a complete wipe out there, as Pendants completely shuts that idea completely down. And still the Zuka finds its 2, I believe, there, as Pendants are just taking real estate from Maple Syrup right here.
I mean, shout out to Mondi there. It was a bunch of clutch Zuka kills, just a bunch of winning these 1v1s, 2v1s in their favor, giving Pendants a lot of space to work with. We're gonna see them slowly make their way up. 3, 2, they're gonna be stopped for now. Yoshi's gonna go down. Sari's gonna go down as well, so that's gonna be a wipeout. So as we enter a minute remaining in the game, Maple Syrup Munchers, they have to go 83 points to tie, and then 84 if they want the lead. But we're gonna see Pendants just keep throwing bodies at them, and so far Maple Syrup Munchers has not been fully able to deal with it.
Indeed, but if you're on the side of Pendants, you cannot afford to make silly mistakes. Do not give Maple Syrup Munchies an opportunity, Munchers, to get back into this here. 1-for-1 trade will be collected here. You have 2 specials available for Pendants. You imagine the Neo Splash would keep those trip strikes for the very end. Sorry is just waiting here, waiting for an opportunity to strike, as 2 players are down for Pendants here, but 2 players are also down for Maple Syrup Munchers. Time is ticking down here, so no more mistakes can be made soon. However, you still have those trip strikes still up. You need to hunt for them if you're Maple Syrup Munchers. 10 seconds left. The time is ticking down. The picks are going back and forth. It is now a 2v2 situation. Sorry is still here with those strikes. You see the Zuka coming out from Kai on that squeezer. The trip strikes are available for Maple Syrup Munchers as well here, but you get the looming feeling those strikes are going to come out. There it is. Counter strikes are coming out as well, just to try to play hot potato with this tower in a last second. Falling off just silences the hopes and dreams of Maple Syrup Munchers. And just like that, what a way to go out. Unfortunate. Pendants moves on to Grand Finals.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. You know, he took a dive in the pool at the absolute wrong time. But yeah, shout out to Pendants. They played solid. They, like I said earlier, they kept throwing bodies at Maple Syrup Munchers, and they really couldn't deal with it. They got down to 2 points. No, they got down to 3 points remaining. And from then on, Maple Syrup Munchers had to basically fight and claw and that scratch and claw their way basically to get to that, because they got to the second checkpoint. And then it was just a lot of resistance from Pendant. So again, shout out to Pendant, just showing some resilience after that first game, kind of learning from their mistakes and taking the gentleman sweep and making our way to Grands.
Yeah, against a really good team. Remind you, this was our 2 seed, and they were on a tear during the entirety of their upper bracket run. I mean, they beat Pendants earlier in round 2, knocked them down to losers bracket in round 2, winning in a 2-1 fashion, but this time a little bit of revenge here, as Pendants, our 7th seed, will face the number 1 seed. A couple of members I recognize for Boyos, but not under the Boyos name. They are going to be facing Bucket.
Yeah, but you know, if they don't have a bucket, I'm suing for misinformation. But anyways, we're gonna have to wait on that as we get that set up. So for the final time of this tournament, we're gonna take a very quick break, but we will be back in a couple minutes for our grand finals. I know none of you want to miss that, so hey, stick around. We'll be back. I'm sure you want to see it as we come back in a couple minutes.
Come at me.
Well, short break, but we're here. I mean, why wait as Grand Finals awaits us? We still have the same voices on the mic, Rocket Topic, of course. But we have a quick two teams, Bucket versus Pendants, Bucket being our number 1 seed. Pendants, I believe, being the lowest seed in a while I've seen making the Grand Finals in Prism Break, because they're seed 7. I don't remember the last time we've had a seed this low. I'm not sure if you remember any topic in particular, but anyways,
No.
it kind of Cinderella tale, yeah, here as Bucket, a strong team for obvious reasons. I mean, Your Love and Julie are Boyo's members, and they have been in Prism Break several times and have basically completed a trifecta of wins already. So, I mean, they're our favorites for a reason. Maybe trying to see if they can get that 4th one, kind of just matching LeBron. But anyways, let's see if they can do that. Game number 1, Umami Ruined Zones awaits us.
I mean, yeah, I'm excited to see what they can do. I can't really make a Lakers reference right now, but I'll make one later. But yeah, I do think, this is be a dual zone map, so I do think whichever team can control the mid platform kind of has the advantage. I know, because it's an easier way to get to the other zone, plus you can go to silo really quickly, but we're going to see enough of the chit-chat, enough of the speculation. We're going to hop straight into our first game. Of course, the signature buckets from actually both sides, so very, very nice of them. From the side of Bucket, we're going to see pretty standard what we've seen before, of course. Actually, yeah, pretty standard what we've seen before. And then from Pendants, again, we've seen this last set. We're gonna see what they can do with it so far. 1-for-1 trade. Pendants though going another one down. 2-for-2, 3-for-2, 3-for-3. Both pencils are remaining. So a lot of fighting very early.
Yeah, a lot of fighting indeed. Both coolers are up though, so these players are going to be back in due time. You see that Carbon actually continuing their onslaught. Will find that bucket to fall from both sides actually, and it is just an absolute ink bath no matter where you go. Picks are going left, right, and center. Trades are happening everywhere, but through the dust of it, Pendants will have control of the zones as now they work to tick down their tally as far as they can.
I mean, yeah, so far it's working out really, really well for them, getting it down to 65 points remaining, looking really strong. Mondi with the Zuka will pop out. Ace, though, with a retaliatory. Whale's not going to do a whole lot as their last member remaining. They're going to get found out. They're forced to jump away. So very, very good for Pendants here, just keeping up the aggression, keeping up the pressure. You see Yoshi, though, on a bit of a flank, able to get Rosa, so no cooler for Bucket. Not able to quite get the other one. Ace able to get the kill. 2 members down for either side. We're gonna see the 52 and not for Bucket trying to push up, though. Ace is gonna lose that 1v1 versus the pencil. Very, very unfortunate. Curb stomp, though, gonna splash down to at least save a little bit of something. Not quite able to do just that, as Pendants does, leaving no prisoners, getting a very, very quick 100-0. And you want to talk about a strong start, that's the best start you can get.
Strong start indeed, and I want to give a massive shout out to Mondi, the V-shot on the side of Pendants. They were able to keep that left side zone by themselves and have been a very key player to the success of Pendants, being the spearhead, being the front person for their pushes. And like I mentioned, they were able to hold that left side zone against 2, maybe 3 different players of Bucket, just trying to paint over them. But that key control was what allowed Pendants to have that strong 100-0. And Pendants, I see you. I see what you're capable of, continuing to ride the hot hand here. What can stop Pendants?
I don't know. Maybe our second game as we go to Museum de Alfonsina Clan Blitz, because, I don't want to. We had a bit of deja vu last set where, Pendants did lose the first game, right? And then they came back. They lost the first game to Maple Syrup Munchers pretty convincingly. But then they came back in a 3-1, so maybe we might see a bit of a version 2 of it where Bucket does the same thing, but we're gonna see. I do think I'm excited for this game. I want to see how Bucket responds, because they think, they quite frankly got punched in the mouth. Best way I could put it. So we're gonna see here.
Indeed, indeed. And just coming out from being punched in the teeth as Bucket, you need to recollect yourselves. Now is it? I wouldn't be surprised if we see some weapon comps here, but I mean, Bucket are our winners bracket finals winners, so they do have another set to play around with if they so choose. So if they are confident in what they're running here, I would imagine they just keep rolling with it. I mean, just losing one game in a set doesn't really set you back too far here, but they can't remain complacent because Pendants have shown what they've been able to do, and we've seen their entire run so far, at least during our block, so maybe they're here to stay. Now, Game 2, Clam Blitz Museum. Let's see if there's any changes.
So far, there's not going to be any from Bucket from the side of Pendants. There it is, the signature Splatter Shot Pro for the Crab, the long range. You know what? It works. If the shoe fits, why not wear? So we're gonna see if that change will be helpful or hurtful to Pendants. But so far, just a fight over neutral here. Not a whole lot of action going on. Both teams with the cooler. Unfortunately, Mondi will be the first member to fall from either side. Ace though, trying to go for a bit of aggressive play there. They're gonna go down as well. So a lot of fighting so far. Looks like Bucket will come out on top of this.
Indeed, here now a little jump out here, just trying to remain presence. The Bucket on Bucket, that's fun to say, has trip strikes available, just trying to see if they can save themselves. However, Sari is already pushed up so far on the side of Pendants with this Crab already on the ramp near this spinner, and just trying to create all this space for Pendants to move in. But space is so key in Clam Blitz. It allows you to get all these clans, but not if your love is there with the Bucket to cancel out the pen. And now an opportunity for Bucket to move back in, recollect the space here, but you still have to worry about Yoshi. Never mind.
Not anymore. You know what? It kind of helps that Pencil is there, just kind of that long range weapon, kind of pick off the knowledge that I've been getting in range. So as we end up back into neutral situation here, you see Bucket trying to slowly push up Ace, though, trying to get as much space as possible as for their team. Unfortunately, they're gonna go down. 2 members down for the side of Bucket. Yoshi on a bit of a flank here for Curb Stomp is able to get them down. So Pendants looking strong once again, building up their clam economy with 17 clams at their ready. Not quite a power clam, but they do have enough for at least 2 of them. So we're gonna see if they're able to capitalize on this. No, they are not. 2 members are gonna go down. A flank from Curb Stomp's gonna work. 3 members down. Only Yoshi remains just trying to score, do something here. Is actually able to get it, so they're able to get, I believe, just the pity. Mondi jumping in, able to get 1 though, looking for another, not quite able to. 74 clams. Mondi gonna go down now before getting a trade themselves. Looks like Pendants is still gonna go down to 71, so they kind of redeemed themselves with a couple of small clams, but still, they just gave Bucket basically a free power clam.
I mean, as the side of Pendants, you'll take it. I mean, Bucket was able to really lock that down really effectively, so now it's their opportunity to push in, especially with this cooler active and online as well. You see the Bucket trying to move forward, however, quickly taken out by Sari, and Sari is on a killing spree as they find another. This pro is putting in work, unfortunately will go down there, but the ball is formed though if Pendants wants to move forward off of that success. Now recollecting control of mid here as we are reset basically back to the beginning of this game. Neutral here, neither team really having a strong control in mid. However, the ball is formed. The clams are in favor of Pendants here, and if anything breaks, Pendants could open up the floodgates, and that could be it right there.
I mean, that's basically it. 3 members down. Only Your Love's in the B. They're not quite able to stop the power clam from going in. Down to 65 points remaining. We're going to see Sar with a couple clams for themselves, trying to get this in. Unfortunately, they're going to go down to Ace now before getting a trade for themselves once again. So Pendant kind of doing the death by 1,000 needles, or death by 1,000 cuts kind of strategy. They're getting these small pushes in that just are wasting a lot of time because we have 90 seconds remaining in the game. Bucket has yet to score, and even though they've had mid for a lot of this game, honestly, they haven't been able to get onto the plat of Pendants. They've been kind of stuck again and again and again, and Pendants has been taking full advantage of that, getting onto their plat once again and scoring actually.
Yeah, yet again, like you mentioned, death by 1,000 cuts, but not Bucket still strong with the defense, trying to leave these pushes to a minimum. Although they look like they could be killer for Pendants, Bucket is able to at least stop the bleeding. However, they need to cut. They need to force on some wounds themselves. The Trip Strike goes out, Pencil does fall, but Cooler is placed, and 3 players down for Pendants here. An opportunity for them to move in. However, you need to collect that Pity Clam if you want to move forward. So now the window of that push is closing ever so slightly. Now 30 seconds left. A fair fight will be had in the spinner on the ramp of Pendants. A 2-for-2 trade will be had as Curb Stomp is the ball carrier, will survive against Bondi, but time is running out.
I mean, yeah, they have 20 seconds plus, I believe, a minute of overtime, so that's not a lot of time to work with. You do see they have a lot of clams spawning. Unfortunately, they're not quite able to get the clam in, as Epic's able to get another pick there. Rosa has to kind of stay alive here, as 2 members are going to go for Bucket going down once again. The Cooler will be out. Overtime will be had, but Bucket, they have to go. They just have to score and think about it later, but Pendants will be there. Curb Stomp able to at least get the scoring going here, but you're going to see a couple more clams coming in as Rosa, hold on, there's a threat here. It's only Your Love there. It's kind of get onto this wall, not quite able to get looking for a pick. They're going to get called out, and that will do it. Pendants fending off the scare from Bucket, and they will take a very, very commanding 2-0 series lead here.
What a scare indeed. If any member of Bucket had that Pity Clam there, that could have been a very quick change of events, but very luckily for Pendants, they were able to clamp down just their war of attrition. They were able to win that one. That's usually not the most ideal strategy you want to take in terms of clam blitz, obviously, because you're just giving ammo to the other team. But if you are a team like Pendants who can just keep going in, and as famously Winter Soldier said, keep going again, and continuously allowing yourself to just keep up the pressure, then, I mean, to hell with conventional strategies, as now Pendants looks to see if they can sweep this grand final set. Remember, they came out of loser's bracket, so just because they win this doesn't mean they win the entire tournament. They just force bracket reset.
I mean, yeah, and I could realistically see them winning this, as we're going to go to a Humpback Pump Track Rainmaker, because this aggressive playstyle, this very in-your-face playstyle for Pendants has been working out for them, and this map mode in particular really benefits, really rewards you for that. It rewards you for being aggressive. It rewards you for being in the face of the opponent. It rewards you for catching them off guard. It rewards you for imposing your will, and that's the easy way I can say that's exactly what Pendants has been doing. They've been imposing their will. They have been playing their game for these last for basically since losers finals. Basically, they've been doing what they want to do, and so far Bucket has not been up to the call. Maybe this could change. You can see a reverse sweep, but Pendants, they still have a lot of momentum in their favor.
Indeed, the hot hand. And in terms of their weapon comp, we could see the return of the Carbon. This is one of Carbon's best maps, but we could also see the return of the Custom Blaster, as I wouldn't mind that at all. These closer range fighting weapons that you kind of have to deal with here. On the side of Bucket, we saw an interesting pick of the Nautilus, not the Splashdown one, but the Rain one, maybe to just use it to just create some momentum, but it didn't provide as much value here. Maybe we can see the switch over to the other Nautilus on that side, but yeah, game 3, Humpback Pump Track here. It is to keep them from going into bracket reset here. Bucket needs to pull off a very, very difficult reverse sweep here, but taking a look at the weapons, we do see the Mid-Decavitator coming out from Bucket with the Gal, the Neo Splash on Ace, and Rosa holding it down with that pen on the other side. No major changes. You do see the Neo Splash and that Carbon.
Yeah, we do already see Your Love going for a bit of aggressive play. Unfortunately, will get called out. Curb Stomp going for aggressive play as well. Able to get a tray out of it. So kind of worthwhile as Bucket. Kind of deja vu from last game. Able to get a lot of control of mid very early on, but not quite able to get a good enough main advantage to kind of profit off of that. But so we're gonna see Pendants at least try to get something off of that, but the Mint Decav will be the one to shut that down very, very early. So we're gonna see kind of a reminder of game number 2, as Pendants will have control of mid, but Bucket though trying to play some solid defense here.
Trying indeed here, as you see now. They push forward from Pendants as 3 players fall for Bucket. It's just left to the Neo Splash to just try to throw suction bombs, but the space is already being collected by Pendants. The Carbon is down though, the Trip Strikes are out, so that is a life-saving Trip Strike there. However, the Trip Strikes on the other side will go out, and 2 players fall for Bucket, now staggering themselves. They need to recollect themselves here to stop this advance as this ball keeps rolling, as there is the pick onto the Rainmaker.
I mean, yeah, but down to 46, it looks like Bucket will finally fully collect themselves, get the members of Pendants out of there, and they finally, after about a minute and a half of a constant onslaught, will have some opportunity to breathe. But Yoshi says, hold on, hold my drink, as they're just going for another fling with throwing caution to the wind, basically able to shut down the Rainmaker. So that's going to delay Bucket for at least a couple of seconds, which is kind of what Pendants needs at the moment. They want to hold on here. Ace kind of shooting over this ledge here. They're going to go down, unfortunately. So Pendants, again, kind of doing what they did the last couple of games, just not letting their foot off of the gas. They're just trying to go, and it's been working out for them.
Mondi has that Zuka, get ready for it here. Pendants could use that as an opportunity to move in. The Zuka coming out, won't find a pick as Rosa and the other members of Bucket counter out that Zuka well. 2 players down for Pendants, an opportunity for Bucket here to collect this checkpoint. They do have to worry about those Trip Strikes though, as Rosa masterfully dances, but dances straight into a suction bomb. That was well spaced out by Pendants to just give them no space to operate here, as now Bucket just try to recollect themselves and see if they can salvage this push.
I mean, yeah, so far they're going to do a good job of that. Mondi going down there, able to get a little bit close down to 64, but still not quite able to break the Rainmaker barrier, but 3 down may be the opportunity that they need. Rosa's going to grab it, slam it down. There we go. Bucket within striking distance. Zero Love just causing as much mayhem as they can onto the plat, and Bucket able to get down to 45, taking the lead by 1 point, just barely, as we enter the final 100 seconds of the game. Now Pendants is on their back foot trying to get into the base of Bucket, but as we've seen throughout a majority of this game, it could be a really hard challenge for them.
It is a small lead though, so if I were Pendants, I would take things slow and steady. However, Bucket is doing the opposite of that, managing to find an opening curve stomp, managing to move forward, and with the wipeout as well, Bucket has found themselves a golden opportunity here to stay alive in this set. You see Your Love moving in, moving further, knocking it down to 11 now, and 3 players fall for Bucket, sure, but what an opportunity that Curb Stomp and the rest of Bucket found themselves in, now extending that lead to a much more significant one, as Sari's Trip Strikes are available, sure, but this is going to be a tough fight for this lead.
I mean, yeah, the Strip Strikes are out. We're going to see Yoshi with the Zuka to try to clear out some space. Will be able to do it. I don't think it's going to change a whole lot. As 2 members of Pendants will go down the strikes in return to kind of stall out the Rainmaker. It's going to work out, but Pendants, you see the Cavalry is here for backup, clearing out the space. There it is. Epic going. 18 points going to be shut down. Sorry, the last member remaining forced to back away for now, trying to give some jumps out, or jumps to their team. Your Love is going to go down. Bucket luckily is unable to drop the Rainmaker, try to get a little bit further, trying to get it in a spot, which can be very hard for Pendants to score off of as we enter the final 20 seconds of the game. Bucket needs to stay alive, basically. They have to keep the strikes available. The Zuka will go down. The Rainmaker, though, hold on a flank from Your Love, able to at least stall the Rainmaker for a little bit longer here. Final 10 seconds of the game. Your Love is going to go down, so Pendants needs to break the barrier. It's not going to work. Curb Stomp, I believe. Was that a bomb kill off the Rainmaker shield? Yeah. A clutch double to not only win the game, but to keep Bucket's hopes alive. Just the whole team clutches up at the end, basically.
They're not done yet. Don't call it a reverse sweep, but Bucket is here for a reason. They are our #1 seed for a reason. A resilient team. They were able to find a golden opportunity there and not only extend their lead, but basically seal the deal for that game. What a way to recollect yourselves. Being down 0-2 in grand finals, that will be good for your mental, but you got to take things one game at a time. Remember, any mistake now will still force you to play bracket reset, as now game #4 TC Macomart awaits us.
I mean, I don't want to say that the momentum is in the favor of Bucket, but that does help. It does take the wind out of the sail for Pendants at least a little bit, maybe not a whole lot. So we're gonna see. Yeah, we go to make a mark. I do. It's hard to say. I do think Pendants switches over to what was it, the custom blaster they ran last
Mhm.
time. Yeah, I do think he switched over to the custom blaster for Bucket. Maybe I would say keep the decav for the most part because it's very good, especially with bubble. You can get onto the enemy snipe really easily. I think you also keep the 52 because GG whale kind of useful. So I expect at most two changes or one change from either side.
Indeed. I would imagine you would just kind of stick with what you got. I mean, I could see some buckets being played, some Neo Splashes, obviously, for those trip strikes. It really depends on how either team wants to take this. Excuse me. Of course, on the side of Pendants, you could always see that shot bro coming out. Just that crab just is so good on this map because of the amount of elevation you can get. But let's see if that will be had. Your love will be on that gal. You do see the Neo Splash. On the other side, no pro will be had, but you will have the splashdown Nautilus to worry about. So that's a little bit of an interesting change there, but let's see if it will help them in ending this, at least for Pendants on the side of Bucket. Let's see if this weapon comp can keep them alive.
I mean, we're gonna see a couple of quick fights. Yoshi trying to go for aggressive flank there is not gonna work out, as Bucket will be the first ones to get on the board. We're gonna see Epic there on the pencil, just kind of shooting over at the tower, kind of keep them away from that first checkpoint. However, it's not gonna work out for long, as a flank from Your Love able to at least cause a bit of a distraction though. But Sorry able to get a trade out of it, so that will take the win out of sales for Bucket at least for a little bit there. Ace though with a nice laser onto Mondi, able to get a pick off of there. Bucket is able to at least get back onto the Rainmaker, back onto the tower, throw the strikes out for some coverage. Dazuka, though, unfortunately not able to have the fancy feet enough to dodge it, as Bucket will at least... Oh, no, will still be on tower, though.
Yeah, still on tower, still holding their ground. You see, though, Pendants is coming. You see Curb Stomp has the bubble on the tower and is just trying to see if they can stay alive. Will be forced out, but Bucket is here to stay. Curb Stomp getting that 1-for-1 trade. 2 players down for Pendants, so this push has not lost all momentum yet, as Ace hops right back onto the tower and is now threatening the second checkpoint as Your Love looks for an opening pick.
I mean, we're going to see if they can do that. There it is. That might be the opening that they need. 3 members down for Pendants. Ace is on the tower. We're going to see Sorry trying to go for a really long flank here. Unfortunately, the tower's moving away from them. So Bucket getting it down to that first checkpoint. Yoshi on that top right of your screen, able to at least get a couple of shots on the tower, though. 2 members will fall from either side. Your Love is still here, just kind of painting up the base of the snipe of Pendants, making it sure that all of it is blue, and Pendants getting it down, or no, Bucket getting it down to 9 points on their first push. Looks like they will finally all be found out, all be scouted out, and will go down. So Pendants has an opportunity to breathe at least a little bit here and play to get a push of their own starter, but Curb Stomp with a nice slice and dice, able to get 1 though.
Indeed, but Pendants now has an opportunity to get their push going. Never mind, not if Ace has anything to say about it. That pick and the trip strike will lead to a delayed wipe for Pendants, as Bucket is keeping their foot on the gas. Keep it going here, as they don't have any checkpoints to worry about. They can really keep this snowball rolling if they so please. The Ace does unfortunately fall though, so now momentum is lost a little bit here. You see the picks going, well, actually now in favor of Bucket, as those picks were counteracted by that cooler, and now we just see them trying to see if they can recollect control of mid here, as either team doesn't really have a strong control of it. You do see a lot of blue on the map though.
I mean, yeah, a lot of blue, and Bucket with the wipeout will make sure that blue territory will expand as quickly as possible. The strikes are going to come out for Bucket to kind of clear out this snipe, which is going to work out in their favor. However, UT Yoshi able to get a pick on tower before the bubble will go up. Very, very useful. Ace, though, able to get a pick on Yoshi for another trade. So Bucket has basically kept tower on Pendants' side for a majority of the match. I think for about, like, most of it, the tower has been on Pendant's side, so not a lot of pressure has been on Bucket's back, and so far they're taking full advantage of that as they're slowly trying to get closer and closer to that final goal. Unfortunately, they will be scouted and forced to jump away as we enter the final 90 seconds of the game. Pendants has to go a very, very long way.
They do, but they still have a good amount of time to do it. You need to work through these checkpoints carefully. You need to make these special trades happen. You already have Cooler invested, and now Mondi on this Zuka. We know how deadly they are on it. However, not quite finding much value out of it, as Ace will be the one actually trying to cause havoc in this right stack, at least when you're looking on the side of Pendants here, as Ace still is alive, will unfortunately fall there. The trip strikes are available for Pendants if they so choose to use it here, but still, you need to make this push going. Curb Stomp with the bubble is there, just that thorn in the side of them, however.
I mean, yeah, the thorn in this side will stay there for as long as they allow it to be, as Bucket is still pushing forward, still not giving Pendants any room to breathe, still getting these trades, still getting these kills, as Pendants will go to make that 3 down, make that a wipeout. So Bucket in a very, very, very strong position in the final 15 seconds of the game, pinning up as much as possible, building up those strikes, building up the bubble, building up the whale, so that Pendants, if they have the chance to push, they won't go much or very far, but looks like they only have an opportunity to, as Yoshi, being the only member that can possibly affect Tower, will not get there in time. And Bucket, despite starting down 0-2, has forced a game 5. Now, the momentum is in favor of Bucket at the moment. Very much so.
Yes, you see the little fist bump as well, and if you're on the side of Pendants, now would be the time you start sweating a little bit here, because now we're on even playing field, as all Bucket has to do to complete the reverse sweep is just get the better of them here on Splat Zone's Hagglefish Market. What a map mode to end this grand final set off on here. A lot at stake for both of these teams, and the vanilla ice cream, like Yuso mentioned a lot of times here. Hagglefish Market, the sandbox map of Splatoon 3 competitive. This is where we get to see teams' identities. This is where we get to see them shine. I'm just curious to see and wondering what they might run, because I wouldn't imagine Pendants would run Carbon on this, because this isn't Carbon's best map at all. I mean, it's not really that great at all in terms of that. I mean, you might go back to that Nautilus, but that didn't really work well for them either. So I don't know. What are you thinking here, Topic, for both teams?
I think for Bucket, I think they stay with what they've been running. I think for Pendants, I could realistically see a switch over to Splattershot Pro, because, you know, long range crab could really be effective. So other than that, I can't really imagine them switching it up too much. I mean, they gotten this far. I don't see why you would like mess with the formula. I mean, you could do it to catch him off guard, your opponent off guard, but I doubt they're gonna do that. So the only real thing I can see is possibly them switching over to the Splattershot Pro, and that's really it.
Yeah, the pens have been the solid thing, however, that hasn't changed for either team, and it has been the backbone for both of these teams. Pen is such a good backline weapon. It is the backline weapon, and what other map to really highlight it here than Hagglefish, because of how small the zone is on this map, at least compared to some of the other maps. But game 5 here, a lot on the line for both these teams. You see Curb Stomp still on that decav on the other side, switching over to double shot and having the shot and the gal as well. I believe that's the first time we've seen the gal coming out from Pendants at the very least. Maybe they brought it out in the previous game. I don't remember. Maybe that was your love. But anyways, a lot on the line here. Let's see who gets the opening cap.
And it looks like it will be Pendants or Bucket perhaps, as they're going to go, even though they go 2 down, they will get at least the first couple of points on the board. As you can see, Pendants slowly moving their way forward. Ace, though, able to get 1 and keep themselves alive, going for a bit of a flank here, and the rest of Bucket will collapse on that, getting a very, very quick response there. 3 members down, I believe, on side of Pendants. So Bucket, despite going, 3 or 2 down early in the game, are very, very quick at responding and putting the pressure on Pendants once again.
Indeed they are. Both teams having trip strikes. Bucket does have that bubble that you see there is actually quickly shredded though, so really well done from Pendants without having to use those strip strikes. You see the Zuka coming out, almost finding Ace there, somehow staying alive through that, but the points are still ticking. That is the halfway mark for Bucket, and so far, Pendants has not been able to contest. That could be a good opening though. 2 dying right there for the side of Bucket could give way for them to move in. However, they need to worry about this gal. The zone will be capped, however, so they don't have to worry about not forcing the penalty.
I mean, yeah, they get a 42-point penalty onto Bucket, but can they keep the zone? Can they get through their own? They're quite able to at least get 1. Yurlov actually getting 2 before going down. Very, very crucial for them. But Bucket, though, are going to find another one. A bit of a flank from Curbstomp, able to get, a double kill? So Bucket are back in control, back at eating away at that penalty point. So Pendants are still, again, on their back foot, trying to force their way in because there's nowhere to really go but through your opponent on this map.
You have 2 specials, 3 specials online for Pendants, and Curbstop is just walking up ramp uncontested, finds 2. What an opening for Bucket to move in now without any penalty points to worry about. The bubble is still available for Curbstop, by the way, and this is a really powerful special in keeping space. They will have to worry about it. A 1-for-1 trade will be had. Now it is just members falling from both sides. Bucket just has their pen left, however, so Pendants will remain alive in this, just trying to hunt, but the pick will not be had quite yet as Bucket are making sure they can stay alive doing that, but still, they go 3 players down, so now an opportunity for Pendants to turn this on its head.
I mean, that's what they're trying to do right now. You see how aggressive they're trying to be. See how they're they're not being as aggressive. You see they're all kind of sitting in zone, waiting for Bucket members to kind of pop their head out. There's 1 going down. There's 2 going down. There's 3 going down, looking for the home run. They're actually able to get that, so that's going to be a delayed wipe for Pendants. But unfortunately, Bucket will try to at least fight back once again. Ace with the strikes, not quite able to get as they're able to take the lead for now. Bucket needs to try to go for the zone as quickly as possible. Strikes are going to be out for Pendants. 1-for-1, 2-for-1 trade in favor of Bucket. Strikes are come out to at least neutralize the zone. Kick it over for Pendants, but Bucket will be there. 5 ticks remaining, 4 ticks remaining. Able to get zone neutralized, not quite able to cap it just yet. Not capping it, not capping it, not capping it. And there it is in the nick of time. 90 seconds remaining. Bucket is able to recapture the zone and start eating away their penalty points once again. But now, you really can't afford to lose zone here.
Can't, however, you did lose your gal off rip. That's a good evening trade, though. The V-Shot does go down for Pendants. However, Curb Stomp is also down for Bucket, so now Pendants can move forward without having to worry about a cheeky little sword popping up and assassinating them. Bucket is trying to hold on to this because this is their real good shot at trying to maintain lead. However, the players are falling in zone. Rose is just trying to hold it with all their might with their pencil, trying to see if they can keep cap of it, but you see the gal forcing themselves forward. The zone is still not capped, though. The zone is still neutral between both sides, and Bucket manages to get onto it as 4 players are alive. There's the lead change, and this could be it. This could be it. That's it right there. Bucket somehow coming out of nowhere and still managing to stay in it. Rosa, the pen on the side of their side of Bucket, managing to somehow survive all that. The zone was just little ink splots away from being taken by Pendants, but Bucket complete the reverse sweep, stay alive, and just like that are your Prism Break 23 winners.
That
was the closest set we've seen, I feel.
Yeah, it was. They both got it. They got it down to 4 ticks. Pendants did. Unfortunately, they just didn't have enough. It was like the Mavs in the last finals. They just didn't have enough. So like, you know what? Get rid of Luka. I'm still on that. I'm not gonna lie.
I do not appreciate these trades. That contribute nothing. But go on.
Yeah. It was just Bucket resilience. Like, they were down 0-2. They got punched in the mouth really, really quickly. They went down, and then they just fought their way back in game 3, game 4, and they really fought their way back, Pendants getting it down to 4 ticks remaining. Bucket recapturing it, and just shout out to Rosa in this replay right here, just staying alive for as long as they did, and just continuing to paint the zone, waiting for the members to come back. That shows the power of Pencil. Really, just almost single-handedly keeping the zone in their color. It was just shout out bucket pendants, really good fight. Unfortunately, it's just I guess this wasn't this wasn't it. I don't know.
Just so close. That makes 4, by the way, for Your Love and Julie in terms of Prism Break badges, and I believe that's the most I don't know. I don't know the actual stats on it. Don't quote me on this, but I think that's the most Prism Break wins for a player in general. Both those players now share it with 4 now, so just complete dominance of Prism Break so far. So really well done from them. But before we go, we will have to say goodbye. But before that, of course, Topic, where can the people find you?
Yeah, you can find me over on Twitter and Blue Sky, aka Better Twitter, at Topicals2. You can find me over on Discord at Topic2, and especially this Saturday, February 8th at 11 a.m. A Big Dapple number 6. The doors open at 11 a.m. I'll be commenting a couple sets there, so that'd be cool. If you're in the New York area, come to Big Dapple number 6. It'd be fun. It'll be a lot of Splatoon. That's really it. Rocket, what about you?
Yeah, you can see the man in flesh as well. I think it will also be live streamed on Twitch. I don't have the Twitch URL, but it will also be live streamed on Twitch. So if you want to see Topic in real life and make sure that he isn't, in fact, just voices in your head, then there you go. Well,
No, I'm still voicing your head.
He is not real. But
I'm not real.
In terms of me, you can find me at Rocket1 on Blue Sky, Rocket_Splat on Twitter. But besides that, thank you to Jorian, as always, for being our wonderful streamer. Thank you for all our wonderful Prism Break staff on standby today. Thank you all for watching. We will see you next week for next week's Prism Break. Goodbye.
See y'all later.